corner. I think he had 2 interceptions. At both times that those happened, obviously in the first half we take advantage of it and go down and score. In the second half, we weren't able to capitalize, but I think it had the potential to be changing plays there. I thought obviously T.J. Alford had 17 tackles in the game, so he was all over the place. But I think more than anything, our defense was on the field. I think when the offense 8 plays total, and that, defensively we were probably on there, twice as much as the offense, and they were able to sustain drives early and wear us down a little bit, and then finish with touchdowns. But in the second half, I thought our coaches did a great job of making some adjustments at halftime. Obviously, our players stepped up, and we were able to get to safety in the second half. Really had some field position early that we just weren't able to take advantage of offensively. And as we talked about on the last segment, I mean, the game, every phase of the game complements the other, and we just were playing so lousy on offense in the second half that continued to put the defense in bad positions and kept them on the field, and they were able to get a couple between, as poorly as we played offensively and a couple special teams blunders. Seminoles offense had some short fields and were able to capitalize and get some points in the second half. But I think all in all, the second half was much better played on defense than the first half.
Coach, having put that game behind us, how was practice this week? And in particular, some of the seniors, how did they react to the game?
So I think, putting the game behind us, I think that it's a learning experience, and that's what we can, hang our hat on at this point. I think there's good and bad to this, that fortunately our aren't a lot, and so some things Friday night that you wish your guys maybe respond a little bit better, but I don't know that I'm always the best loser. I do know I'm not a very good loser, and so I probably don't always my body language probably doesn't always speak the greatest either after a loss, but I think this week, as far as where our heads were at, I think the work, I think the concentration and focus, as we know, we have some challenges in getting ready for, all in all, I was pleased with where we were at this week. I think our players, understand that win, lose, or draw last Friday night, we're up with faced with the task of playing a district game, tonight, and so. We needed to have a good week. I felt like, with all the obstacles that we had between weather and some other things this week, I feel like we were where we needed to be, and looking forward to getting back after it tonight.
Well, got to be goldfish, the shortest memories in all of the animal kingdom. Well, Coach, when we come back, we're going to have you put on your other hat, your athletic director hat, and give us the scoop on what's going on in the rest of Vero Beach High School. We'll be right back. Listening to Countdown to Kickoff on your Christian FM.
Hi, JW from Barker Air Conditioning. These hot and humid days sure do take a toll on your air conditioning system. Barker Air Conditioning offers our ESA annual or semi-annual maintenance plans to keep things in good working order. Barker Air Conditioning, servicing Indian River County since 1959.
Mazzarella's Auto Sales is part of a local business family and their Christian FM supporters.
I'm sales manager Mike Mazzarella, and we always strive to offer late model cars and trucks that undergo inspection and service by our high-tech mechanics. We have Jeeps, Rams, Toyotas, Hondas, commercial vehicles, and luxury vehicles. On site, we have our Spanish-speaking sales and financial advisor, Diego Sainz. We also offer our virtual showroom online at mazautosales.com.
I'm Chris, Mike's brother. Our family has been serving our community since 1999.
Now on the corner, 4th Street in Old Dixie.
The mission of the Fighting Indian is excellence, teamwork, and consistency. The same holds true for the McCall Agency, Inc., a local independent agency and broker, and 4th-generation resident of Vero Beach. To learn more about their insurance products and risk management, on McCall reached at 772-473-6856, and their site is McCallagencyinc.com. Proudly serving the Treasure Coast since 1956.
More Countdown to Kickoff by Cap's Pizza and Pub.
Okay, switch hats here from being the head coach to the athletic director, if that's even possible with what you do. But I'll let you brag on here at Vero Beach High School.
Yeah, so we've got 3 seasons in the winter and the spring, and so as probably most know, we're in the fall season, and our fall sports teams, I really do. I'm glad you asked me, because I love to brag about them. We're off to a great start, and we've got some great coaches, some people in charge that just do a great job. Really, I guess we'll start with our volleyball team. Coach Heather Magelson, she does an awesome job, really gets the most out of our kids, and she's just comes from a strong volleyball family, and she's great at what she does, and so really pleased and happy to have her on staff. So she's she actually works here on campus as one of our English teachers, and does a great job, so Coach Magelson and the volleyball team is off to a good start. We've got a very tough district. Fort Pierce Central has kind of been on top of that a little bit here lately, but just overall, I think we're right there, and looking forward to down the stretch with the volleyball team. Then we've got boys and girls golf. Our boys golf team is coached by Bella Nagy, so a lot of people probably recognize Bella from Sandridge, and he's the pro out there, and we're very fortunate to have him, and he does a great job year in and year out. We've got some super talented boys golfers, and then and Dyke does the girls golf, and Roger's a pillar of our community, and a lot of people know him. He's a longtime season ticket holder. He comes to all the games, basketball, football, and he's one of those guys that in the golf community, we're just very fortunate to have him. Our girls benefit just from all of his connections and all the people that he knows in the golf world, and we've got some very talented girls as well. We also have our cross-country team, both the boys and girls, and Coach Zach Wyckoff. He's in his first year and really excited about Coach. For those who don't know that, Zach is Coach Lowendick's son-in-law. Coach Lowendick was our longtime basketball coach, so being from Vero and in Vero and being on a Vero radio station, those people know how that goes. And Zach is a great runner himself and very knowledgeable. We're very fortunate to have him in his first year, and he's doing a great job. That cross-country team is actually at pre-state as we speak, running up in Tallahassee. So excited about all those talented runners. We've got our swim team, and Coach Holly does a great job with our swim and dive team, both the boys and girls, and they're off to a great start as well. We swim at North County pool, and we practice up at the Gifford pool. So we've got some talented swimmers and divers. They're some of our best kids on campus as well. And then rounded off with our bowling team, Coach Jeremy Pohl, and he's one of our A-plus teachers here at Vero Beach High School, and Jeremy does the boys and girls bowling team. He's resurrected that program, and they were district champs last year, and Jeremy does a great job and got a lot of participation out of our bowlers as well. So everybody's up and running, and that's just what we do in the fall. So we stay busy, and those teams participate at a very high level.
Coach, we know it doesn't just stop in the fall. We got the winter and the spring, and we obviously, since football is a fall sport, we don't get a chance to brag on them too much. But those sports that we have in the spring obviously are top notch as well.
Yeah, I'll rattle through some of those. So, obviously we've got our boys and girls basketball team. That's a big splash in the wintertime. In addition to that, we've got boys and girls soccer that play in the winter. Our girls weightlifting team has been state ranked the last several years. That's a winter sport for us. And then our wrestling team as well. And we added girls wrestling last year as well. So we've got boys and girls wrestling, and those teams all participate in the winter. If you bounce into the spring season, oh goodness, you guys are asking me to do this off the top of my head, so I'm going to test my memory here. But we've got obviously our baseball and softball teams in the spring. We've got a good support cast with those teams, and you guys have been involved with those before. Our boys and girls lacrosse teams are always top notch. In the spring, we've got track and field in the spring, and we've got a new facility going on, across the street from the school, and really excited about the new track facility that should be ready in January for track season. So we're excited about all that. And what else do we have in the spring? Oh, tennis is the big one in the spring. We've got a top-notch boys and girls tennis team, as well as beach volleyball that we participate and have been to the state finals in our first 2 years in beach volleyball. So we've got a lot happening. In total, we have between varsity and sub-varsity teams, we've got 60-plus athletic teams at Vero Beach High School. So we've got a lot happening all the time.
Well, isn't that impressive? And that's what makes Vero not just one sport, but a lot of sports just do extremely well. When we come back, we're going to ask Coach to break down tonight's game against the Fort Pierce Central Cobras. You listen to Countdown to Kickoff on your Christian FM.
Cafe 66, located on US 1 just south of 8th Street. At Cafe 66, our breakfast menu is all about variety. From biscuits and gravy to country fried steak and eggs to Nutella stuffed French toast. Our lunch and dinner menus have something for everyone, from barbecue platters to unique burgers. Our hours online at cafe66vero.com. We proudly support the Fighting Indians.
A septic system is only as good as the installation and maintenance. Reliable Septic is the name known along the coast for being the professionals who install and service these systems for both residential and commercial uses. They'll determine the on-site needs and design considerations for a complete wastewater treatment system. Thanks to Reliable Septic Service. 772-562-4242.
More Countdown to Kickoff by Caps Pizza and Pub.
Well, Coach Jay, first district game tonight against Fort Pierce Central Cobras. Let's start offensively from what they have. What are some possible concerns?
Offensively for us, I mean, we've, in facing their defense, they run a unique defense. I think they do a very good job. They're coached up very well, run a variety of different scheme at you. There's a lot of movement, a lot of guys coming from different places, so we've got to, be very sound. And I think I think it's one of the strengths of their team. They've got a lot of guys back. I've been impressed with the movement and what they do up front. All those guys from last year that gave us some fits are back and doing a good job. They do some things in the secondary that if you just are calling plays from the hip, I think could create a lot of problems for you. They've been successful this year. They come in 2-2. But again, when you look at their scores and how they've done against their opponents, their defense has been one of the strengths that they've had. And like I said, coming into it, there's definitely some challenges. We've got to make sure that we continue to clean some things up on our offensive side of the game and make sure that we do all the things that we talk about each and every week. Control the ball, make sure that we're taking care of the football and limit mistakes.
Well, Coach, switching sides, I know that for our defense going against their offense, we're going to see a familiar young man taking the snaps in Jake Whiteley, who played quarterback for us and is now under Mike Watkins.
Yeah, so obviously playing Friday nights and everybody else doing the same. I hadn't had a chance to see Jake, but in preparing for Central this week, I've enjoyed getting an opportunity to watch him so yeah, I mean, Jake's one of their quarterbacks and is doing some really good things. You're going to see on offense for them and some of the challenges that our defense has is, they again will play with some tempo. They'll mix up some spread formations. They'll get into some two-back set and there'll be anything in between from empty to 2 and 3 backs and they'll vary their tempos and we've talked about Coach Watkins, and he's a very, very good football coach, and we've coached together before, and so he'll have his team ready, and they'll be I'm sure have some things that we haven't seen, and so we've got to again make sure that we're doing all the things that we emphasize from fundamentals and details, and doing all the little things right. But I think this is again is going to be like any other game. We've got to make sure that we block and tackle, and if we do those kinds of things, I think we should be okay in the end.
Well, that was Coach Jankowski breaking down tonight's game against the Cobras. Coach, as always, we appreciate your time. We'll let you get back to the boys, and I'll shoot it back to the booth. You're listening to Countdown to Kickoff on
but unfortunately, due to a lot of rain, we were unable to get the game in because the field was flooded. And I got to say, I'm very impressed, Gary, with the staff here at the Lawnwood Stadium. As I did not think, with all the rain we still had on Saturday and Sunday, that we were going to be able to get this game in tonight. But the field looks great.
Yeah, that's what the guys have said. I have not been down on it. I didn't get a chance to get down before I got here, but I was impressed with them, watching them warm up. And I talked to Coach Lance Roach, who was down there, and he said that it wasn't spongy. He anticipated that it would be spongy, and it wasn't. It's in good condition. It's drained well. I think they had a good breeze blowing, from last night through today, and it's helped dry that water, take it right off the field too. So it's pretty good. It's in good shape. It's always a nice-looking field and everything when you come down here and play.
Gary, obviously Vero Beach is coming off its first loss of the season. It was Seminole at home that beat them 45-20. That's not just a loss. That was a beatdown that happened there at the Citrus Bowl. A rare occurrence that happens not only to Vero Beach, but certainly at home.
Well, Georgia Coast, they did a good job of winning a 14-9 game. They come to Vero Beach, and now we get out to a 12-0 lead on them, and then it's kind of like we're down at 2 minutes to go. In the first half, we're down 20-18. We get the ball to start the second half. You're thinking, okay, this is good. Somewhere in between all that, they scored 10 points in the last 2 minutes of the first half. And so now you're down 31-18, and we never were able to catch up. We got a safety in the second half, and that's it. That's it. We just could not match their talent, and we could not match the physicality of their team the way they played.
So now you got to turn your attention to Fort Pierce Central, a coach that we all know. He was at Vero Beach for one season with Lenny Jankowski when he first came to Vero Beach some 13 years ago. Mike Watkins here at Fort Pierce Central, and he's got the Cobras playing some good ball.
Yeah, now I think we know Mike, and I've known Mike a long time, and he and Lenny were together up in Defuniak Springs in North Florida on the staff and all. So they have an offense. They run a very similar style an offense, and it's just now trying to find if you got the good enough athletes in there. Their quarterback is a kid from Vero Beach, played last year, played on our JV team, and that's Jake Whiteley is their quarterback. And when you talk to the coaches, they'll say that he has some good moments and he has some bad moments naturally, and but he's a good thrower, very smart kid. We know him. We knew him from last year, and when our quarterback went down, when Aronson went down last year, Tyler, Jake took over and won a few games for us, and we know that he can play. And he's a good, smart kid for Central, and Central's they're getting better. They're getting better. They're 2-2, and they've got they've played Jensen Beach, who's 5-1. So you got to say, hey, Jensen Beach is a good team, and they're playing some good ball. They lost that game there, and since then they've won 2 and lost another one. So they're 2. They're much better, much improved. I'm looking for them to be very competitive. I'm looking for them to be able to move the ball around a little bit. But I think overall, Vero's got too much talent, too much in depth, and we have just a really good offensive scheme, and we run a real good defensive scheme. And I think Fort Pierce will hold its own for a while. Then I think eventually Vero Beach will overtake that and start scoring points.
Yeah, we're going to find out shortly as we're about some 25 minutes or so from kickoff here tonight on a Monday night, trying to get this game in. And we're going to come back. We're going to talk about what's on the schedule for Vero. It's going to be a short week for the Fighting Indians, so stick around. We got more countdown to kickoff right after this.
Hi, JW from Barker Air Conditioning. These hot and humid days sure do take a toll on your air conditioning system. Barker Air Conditioning offers our ESA annual or semi-annual maintenance plans to keep things in good working order. Barker Air Conditioning, servicing Indian River County since 1959.
Thanks to Longevity Rehab Centers in Vero Beach and Sebastian, owned by locals whose mission is to help heal those who are hurting with a goal of getting them back to a productive life. Longevity Rehab has built a reputation of trust with their clients from the top down, offering both physical and massage therapy designed to restore, relieve, or maintain a healthy lifestyle. Blue Cross Blue Shield, Humana, Cigna, United Healthcare, Health First, Medicare, and most insurances are accepted. LongevityRehab.com.
Molinari Pools is a proud supporter of Fighting Indians football and Christian FM. A family-owned and operated business, the Molinari family, longtime members of this community. Joel Molinari, a former Fighting Indian, loves serving the Treasure Coast residents from pool cleaning to repairs to pool remodeling. Molinari Pools. Love people, love pools. 772-778-2633 or molinaripools.com.
More Countdown to Kickoff by Cap's Pizza and Pub.
All right, so we're just about 20 minutes or so from kickoff tonight. Vero Beach on a Monday night getting its first district game in, and also it's its first road game. A game that was scheduled for this past Friday got washed out literally because of the flooding that took place here on Friday night through all that rain that we've had through the weekend. But amazingly enough, the field is in very good shape. We'll check in with Derek West in just a little bit. He'll give us an actual on-site report about how that field looks right now. But in the meantime, Gary, let's talk about for Vero Beach. They've got this game tonight, and then it's a short week. Turn around, got to get back to Friday, which you're back on the road again to play Wellington.
Yeah, and so does – they got a game on Friday night too, and so it affects both teams. You've got to get ready. I mean, you play this game, it's a turnaround. You lose 2 days of rest. A long week and getting your guys back. So you're going to go in with banged up a little bit, some soreness on Friday night's game, and it's on the road, and that's another thing too. You got to travel, and that just just rubs all the time in a very you do, but it's all part of the game. And if anybody can handle it, Vero Beach. It's win this game is first. That's all they're thinking about right now is the Cobras. But then they'll start thinking about Wellington, tomorrow. And again, the coaches will come home tonight. They'll look at this film, and then they'll get the mistakes lined up, what they did wrong. And it's hard to have that walkthrough tomorrow and start trying to correct things you did at this game when you really have got to get you guys out there and you've got to get a walkthrough on what you're going to see this week from Wellington.
Right.
And so it's a challenge for the coaching staff. Nobody likes to play a 4-day turnaround in a game in high school.
Right.
They do it in the pros, but hey, the pros are pros. You know what I mean? They can do it a Thursday night game, which is a 5-day, but in high school it's tough for 4 days.
Oh, it is. It is. Once we get past Wellington, Gary, then it's the triple header because you've got 3 back-to-back district games, 2 at home and 1 on the road. Of course, that one on the road is going to be Treasure Coast.
Yeah, you got Centennial, then you got Martin County, then you got Treasure Coast, and you end up the season with Columbia Lake City coming down to play the last game in November. We lost our open date when we had to play the game on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
And we lost that week for an open date for the guys to heal because of the situation of the COVID, the sickness the team had on COVID. Yeah. And so we lost that opportunity. So we don't have an open date between now and then. So it's all about football from here on out. It's hard to believe after tonight's game, we're halfway through the season.
I know, right?
Here we are halfway through the season. And it just seems like you and I were getting together and talking about it in July and in early August about the upcoming year, and here we are. We're halfway through it.
It is definitely like an inch. Once it gets started, it is momentum and full speed ahead, and we're getting ready for tonight's matchup, the Monday night matchup against Fort Pierce Central here at Lawnwood Stadium. We're going to step aside, and we're going to check out what the field is actually like when we come back with Derek West. This is Count.
Cafe 66, located on US 1 just south of 8th Street. At Cafe 66, our breakfast menu is all about variety. From biscuits and gravy to country fried steak and eggs to Nutella stuffed French toast. Our menus have something for everyone, from barbecue platters to on cafe66vero.com. We proudly support the Fighting Indians.
Since 1980, the Village Beach Market has been that local store filled with friends that always has something for everyone. And we've been Fighting Indian fans for generations. From fresh baked goods to prepared foods to chef-inspired lunches and dinners, our slogan says it best, simply better. We're online at villagebeachmarket.com.
And now a new location in Fort Pierce.
Durfee's Heating and Cooling, a longtime friend and supporter of Christian FM. Durfee's Heating and Cooling offers air conditioning repairs, maintenance, and new installations. Family owned and operated in the Treasure Coast area. Heating 772-971-5884.
More Countdown to Kickoff by Caps Pizza and Pub.
Well, how about it, folks? How about some Monday Night Football, high school style here tonight as we're at Lawnwood Stadium to take on the Fort Pierce Central Cobras tonight. Vero's first road game and first district of the for the 5 Indians, and we'll be looking for the Indians to rebound after their loss to Seminole a week ago. Let's take a peek at the field. We'll head down there. Derek West is it was a very soggy field just a few days ago. What's it like now?
Well, guys, I seriously contemplated putting the Noah's Ark in the back of the truck on the way down here because I didn't know what to expect, but I walked every square inch of the field, and the field's in great shape. looking forward to a good game tonight. It's not every night that you can say that I'm looking forward to Monday night football and high school football in the state of Florida. On the defensive side, the message has been being opportunistic about creating some turnovers, and I think that we're kind of well equipped to do that with Bill Mata's defense. Just the variable looks that he'll give, whether he puts 3 down on the line or 4 down on the line, will really confuse Seminole in the first half of that ball game and created turnovers, particularly in the first quarter, and you could argue that we could have had a couple of more. And so I look tonight to see the defense create some confusion. On the offensive side of the ball, I really feel like tonight see how Coach Jay really attacks the edge of the defense for Fort Pierce, because I do feel like if we can get to the edge before their defenders do, we can really make some big plays down the field. So looking forward to it, looking forward to the fact that we don't have to carry an ark on the field, and it should be a good game tonight.
Absolutely, unless it's the Ark of the Covenant, and you don't like carrying that around.
No, if we
all right, DW, appreciate your time, and I look forward to hearing those reports from you through the course of this ball game. We'll step aside. When we come back, we're going to get to know one of our Indians, and also Bobby Paris is coming up with another episode of Women of the Fighting Indians. Stick around. We got more countdown to kickoff. This
Cafe 66, located on US 1 just south of 8th Street. At Cafe 66, our breakfast menu is all about variety. From biscuits and gravy to country fried steak and eggs to Nutella stuffed French toast. Our lunch and dinner menus have something for everyone, from barbecue platters to unique burgers. Our hours online at cafe66vero.com. We proudly support the Fighting Indians.
Smart, stylish, fly, these are the words of Dapper. Joey's Downtown Dapper, a barbershop that provides more than haircuts. They provide a fun experience with a local flavor. Owner Joey Lucchini is a lifelong resident of Vero Beach, loves supporting local charities, youth sports, and Fighting Indians football. Joey's Downtown Dapper, 2005 14th Avenue, downtown Vero Beach, a supporter of Christian FM.
Hi, Derek West here from the Genesis Church of Vero Beach. We are proud supporters of Fighting Indians football and Vero Beach athletics. We invite you to join us this Sunday at 9:15 for our services. If you can't join us in person, please visit us online at gcvero.com. Genesis Church of Vero Beach, place of love where honest men are known and unafraid to love the hardest stone. Visit us at gcvero.com.
Welcome back to Countdown to Kickoff on the Vero Nation Network. Time to get to know your Indians.
We're with Amar Reynolds, one of our starting corners for Vero Beach. And Amar, first of all, it's great to have you here at Vero Beach. Why'd you pick Vero?
I picked Vero because I feel like it's, a good fit for me, to get better. And, I can just come, I know I can come here and do a lot of great things.
And you have already. You got a couple of interceptions. You caused a couple of fumbles. I mean, you seem to have a real knack for the ball. Where's that come from?
Oh, I just love making plays on the field. I come out here, work hard every day. That's what I love to do.
Well, it seems like the hard work is starting to pay off. I know you got a verbal to Illinois. How did you come to choose that school, or how did they come to choose you?
Oh, they came out to practice one day. They seen me do a couple drills and stuff, and they liked me. And I went up. I liked it everything I seen. So if they made it feel like home, so that's why I picked them.
When did you start to figure out that football was something not only that you loved, but it's something maybe you want to do as a career or full time?
I played football ever since I was 4 years old, and I just been playing ever since then. My dad, he's been coaching me ever since I was little, so I just fell in love with the game, and I just been playing ever since.
That's cool. You mentioned your dad. Tell me about your family.
My family, they're very supportive. They love coming to the games, watching me do what I do. They got my back.
You got any brothers and sisters?
Yes, sir. I have plenty of brothers and sisters. I have a few that play football for the Little League Vero Beach Indians.
Okay.
Yeah, I have two of them, Frederick Walker and Kayla Walker.
Oh, nice. What positions do they play?
They play all over the field. They 88, just like me.
Ah, nice. Hey, when you get to Illinois, have you thought about what you might want to study? What's the interest to you?
Interest to me, I haven't really decided yet, but I've been leaning towards business.
business. That's always a good degree to have in your belt there, and that can be used just about anywhere that you want to apply it. We had a tough game last week. I'm sure you guys were real disappointed with the outcome. You had good play in that game, though. Talk about your personal investment in that game.
I just played with a chip on my shoulder. I come do that every week. I just came out, played hard, made some good plays, and then, we didn't come out with the win like we wanted to, but, we fought hard.
You've been at practice this week. How have you guys been able to kind of work on bouncing back and getting ready for your next opponent?
We came out, we missed a few tackles. Our team, we missed a few tackles in our last game, so, we came out, we did a lot of tackling drills, basic stuff, getting ready for the next game and down the line.
All right, you got a couple of interceptions. You caused a couple of fumbles. How close are you to getting to your goals?
I'm not even close. I wanted, my freshman year I had 6 interceptions. I only got 2 right now, so I'm working towards passing that, beating that goal. I need more.
Awesome. I love it, man. Well, Amar, it's great to have you here at Vero Beach and wish you the best of luck the rest of this year.
All right, thank you.
All right, that's Amar Reynolds, our starting corner. We'll be back right after this.
Hi, JW from Barker Air Conditioning. These hot and humid days sure do take a toll on your air conditioning system. Barker Air Conditioning offers our ESA annual or semi-annual maintenance plans to keep things in good working order. Barker Air Conditioning, servicing Indian River County since 1959.
Cap's Pizza and Pub, a proud sponsor of the Fighting Indians and Christian FM, serving Vero for over 35 years. Cap's offers Italian cuisine, including pizza, strombolis, calzones, hot and cold subs, plus wings. A family-owned and operated business, John and his staff are happy to serve. Cap's Pizza and Pub, 725 27th Avenue Southwest, Vero Beach, 772-770-2277 or capspizzamenu.com.
A septic system is only as good as the installation and maintenance. Reliable Septic is the name known along the coast for being the professionals who install and service these systems for both residential and commercial uses. They'll determine the on-site needs and design considerations for a complete wastewater treatment system, thanks to Reliable Septic Service. 772-562-4242.
It's countdown to kickoff. Now, here's Bobby Paris.
Welcome to Women of the Fighting Indians. I'm Bobby Paris, and I have the privilege of interviewing the moms of our senior varsity football players. Tonight, my guest is a charming Tracy Stevens. Welcome, Tracy.
Hi, Bobby. So happy to be here.
Okay, we are happy to have you. Tracy is the mom to number 74, Chase Stevens, who starts at left guard. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh, I'm from Manchester, Connecticut originally. Moved here in 91. I attended IRSC down here and kind of stayed.
So, born and raised in Connecticut. What brought you to Vero Beach?
To help take care of my ailing grandparents and attend college at the same time.
Tracy, were you an athlete?
Definitely not. Okay. Very klutzy.
So who was the athlete in the family?
My mother actually was a great basketball player. She was a captain.
Maybe some good genes passed down.
You must have got it from her. Definitely not from me.
As the mom of school-age kids and living in a crazy world that we do, what would be 3 priorities for raising children today? Number one being the top priority.
A great education and a system that supports that. Respect and discipline, definitely, for your elders, for your coaches, everybody. If they don't have that, they're not going to get very far. Discipline, definitely.
Right. If you could give one piece of advice to the mom of a child in high school, could be an athlete or whatever, what would that be?
Cherish every moment that you have because it goes by way too quickly. Mm-hmm. Before you know it, you're dropping them off.
That's right. That's right. Don't cry. Okay. That's true. And I know that just this last year with Paul, my grandson, it was just like, he was just a baby. What happened? He is now in college. So, yes, good advice. Great advice. So join me, Bobby Paris, at halftime for more of Women of Fighting Indians football.
Hi, JW from Barker Air Conditioning. These hot and humid days sure do take a toll on your air conditioning system. Barker Air Conditioning offers our ESA annual or semi-annual maintenance plans to keep things in good working order. Barker Air Conditioning, servicing Indian River County since 1959.
Thanks to Roy Bell Grading Services for sponsoring Fighting Indians football and the Fighting Indians post-game show.
Hi, my name is Chase Bell, and my father Roy has served Indian River County in the grading industry for over 40 years. My family and I are proud supporters of Christian FM and the Vero Beach Fighting Indians. Go Vero!
No job too small or too big. Roy Bell Grading Services. We roll the earth. 772-473-4559. Roy Bell Grading Services.
HBS Glass is a proud supporter of Fighting Indians Athletics and Christian FM. Since 1973, HBS Glass has served homeowners, architects, and contractors in the Vero Beach area. HBS Glass offers hurricane impact windows and doors. HBS Glass, 722 3rd Place or hbsglass.com. Thanks to HBS Glass.
More Countdown to Kickoff by Cap's Pizza and Pub.
Well, Vero Nation, we're not too far away from getting this game underway. It'll be Fort Pierce Central coming in 2-2 to take on the 3-1 Fighting Indians, who are coming off their first loss of the season to Seminole, 45-20. This is the first road game for Vero Beach. It'll be their first district game as well. And as you all know, if you follow high school football long enough, district games are the ones that really matter because that really ensures you potential or gets you into the playoffs. You win your district title, you're good. All right, Gary, we got a few minutes here before we get to kickoff. I want to ask you something. You know, over the weekend I was watching some football, in particular college football, and every now and then you see this. You know, there's a big swing in momentum or whatever. A team gets a score, guys go crazy, they want to celebrate. Here come the flags, and I, as a fan, it drives me crazy to see those sometimes. I get the idea behind the penalty, but what do you think about penalties on celebrations?
It depends on the celebration. I think a kid gets his touchdown, he spikes the ball. I'm okay with that, okay? I think that's just jubilation on his part. But the orchestrated celebration in college or high school, no, that's taunting.
Sure.
That, to me, is a form of taunting.
Yep.
But to spike the ball or to just in general jump up and down in the end zone, and that to me is that should not count. I think in high school, I think you should be able to, if you get excited and you throw the ball down, I think the officials should allow for the excitement of that, and allow the kid to. Again, it was the reason they do it is it's a form of taunting, and nobody should taunt the opposing teams. When they do these orchestrated type of dances and they get in there and they do that, the pros get away with it. The colleges can get to a certain degree, but no, they're going to throw that flag on that ball every time, and rightfully so, because you try to be sportsmanlike when you're.
Agreed. I have zero problem if it's a situation where it feels like it's taunting, then yeah, I feel like that is legitimate, penalty. But when you got in a moment where it's just a lot of excitement and the kids just are enjoying the moment, that's where I really would wish they just not throw those flags. But
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree with you on that. Yep, we're on the same page there.
All right. We're going to step aside. When we come back, we'll get the opening kickoff here between Fort Pierce Central and your own Vero Beach Fighting Indians. We'll be back.
Cafe 66, located on US 1 just south of 8th Street. At Cafe 66, our breakfast menu is all about variety. From biscuits and gravy to country fried steak and eggs to Nutella stuffed French toast. Our lunch and dinner menus have something for everyone, from barbecue platters to unique burgers. Our hours online at cafe66vero.com. We proudly support the Fighting Indians.
The Fighting Indians rely on teamwork, and so does Christian FM. One of those teammates is Scott Sporting Goods. Scott Sporting Goods features an array of sporting equipment, including clothes and shoes. They are also the ones that fit our Fighting Indians broadcast team with the Fighting Indians apparel. Located in downtown Vero Beach, 1407 20th Street. Their phone number is 778-0661. Thanks to Scott Sporting Goods.
Cap's Pizza and Pub, a proud sponsor of the Fighting Indians and Christian FM, serving Vero for over 35 years. Cap's offers Italian cuisine, including pizza, strombolis, calzones, hot and cold subs, plus wings. A family-owned and operated business, John and his staff are happy to serve. Cap's Pizza and Pub, 725 27th Avenue Southwest, Vero Beach, 772-770-2277, or capspizzamu.com. Going to throw it on third and long, going over the middle. Wide open is Isaiah Roberts, who's got it. Take it to the house. Reservation for 6. Swing pass for Hillsman. Shakes one tackle. Shakes another tackle. 10-5. Score it. Jonathan Hillsman. Another handoff up the middle. Room and plows over a defender. Still on his feet. Down the line. 30, 25, 20. First down. All the ground. Vero Beach gets on top of it. Williams has trouble holding on to it. Picks it up to 25, to 30, 35. Through the hole. Take it to the house, DJ.
This is Fighting Indians Football. Vero Nation Network and Christian FM Sports presents Fighting Indians Football. Here's the voice of the Fighting Indians, Paul Tipton.
Live from Lawnwood Stadium, it's week 6 of high school football, and it matches the Fort Pierce Central Cobras and your Vero Beach Fighting Indians. Here the Cobras are coming off a loss, but have a 1-game lead in the district race with a win over St. Lucie West Centennial. And on that sideline will be a familiar face, Coach Mike Watkins, who has the Cobras playing its best football in some time. Coach Jay and Vero are coming off their first loss of the season and need to bounce back quickly. A district win will keep you in the race for another title. The Monday night lights are on. It's game time. Hey, Vero Nation, Paul Tipton along with Gary Parris, and we welcome you to Fighting Indians Football. We're proud to bring you our 27th season of Indians Football, and it's presented by Cafe 66 as the captains head out to the field. And Fort Pierce Central coming in 2-2, Vero Beach 3-1. Vero tonight will be wearing their white jerseys and helmets along with their red pants, and Central's going to be wearing the white pants, purple jerseys, and white helmets. And meeting of the captains at center and midfield. We'll get the coin toss here in just a minute. And Gary, this is a pivotal game for Vero Beach. It's a rebound game for sure, coming off the loss to Seminole, but more importantly, it's a district contest.
And that's what I was just going to say, that what makes this an important game is the district. You must win your district games, and you got to go on the road and play them. So you feel like you're a touchdown behind when you even go on the road and play your teams. But this is an important game, and I think that Vero Beach knows that, and I think that the Cobras also know that too. They've got I believe they've already played Centennial, so they've got them a win already in the district. So tonight it's very important for them as it is for us. If they can get 2 games ahead, that's big time. 2-0 in the district.
Oh yeah.
And the Indians don't want to feel like they have to be in that situation. So I thought that'd be a great game.
Mike Watkins, the head coach of Fort Pierce Central, comes in here 2-2. Of course, Mike was with Vero Beach in the first Coach Jankowski's and moved there, and so he's a second year here at Fort Pierce Central. Got a familiar face on the sideline, but there will also be a familiar face out on the field as Jake Whiteley at quarterback for the Cobras has thrown for 482 yards, 6 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, and an offense that really primarily looks at the pass. We're going to see a lot of 5-wide formations here tonight for the Cobras as they'll bring almost an extension of the running game when they'll show a lot of screen passes here tonight for the Cobras. For Vero Beach, they're coming in 3-1. That loss to Seminole a week ago really was a sting. So let's take a look at that offense. Up front, it's going to be Jordan Thomas, Chase Stevens, Corbin Phillips, Ben Hall, and Smith. They're going to protect Tyler Aronson, and the SMU commit has thrown for 821 yards, 10 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. Also been using his legs a little bit more this year. 34 carries, 69 yards, and 3 touchdowns. The dual threat is in the backfield with him, and that is Jonathan Hillsman at number 8. And Jonathan has got 37 carries, 279 yards, and a touchdown. Check this out, folks. He's caught the ball 9 times, 346 yards, and 5 touchdowns. He'll also have Isaiah Roberts, Isaiah's got 17 catches, 166 yards, 2 touchdowns. Eddie Torres has been getting a lot of playing time in the last couple ball games. 5 catches for 88 yards. E.J. White over on the other side with 10 catches, 177 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And Mekhi Simmons also getting quite a bit of playing time. And Octavian, obviously, we'll see that 1-2 punch in the backfield. Octavian will get some spills at running back as well. On the defensive side for Vero Beach tonight, a little different look tonight as Mark McClinton will be up front along with Javon Greer and Kevin Pollock. Yeah, the linebacker moving up to the front line tonight. TJ Alford, Avion Rivers, and Jason Hendricks will get start at the at linebackers. TJ Alford leading the way with tackles, 44 tackles. He had in that Seminole game 17 tackles by himself on that game against Seminole. He's also got 5 tackles for a loss and 3 sacks leading the team. In the secondary, you're going to have Amar Reynolds, Tutu Griffin, Aiden Smith, Elijah Anderson, and Don Quell Wesley. As we get set for this kickoff, and Vero Beach is set to receive the opening kickoff from... So Central won the toss. They deferred for the second half, so they will kick off to get this game started. And they're going to line drive it. DJ Williams busts it, and it's all over the ground, and fighting for it is a scrum, and I think the Cobras may have gotten on top of it, and they did.
Cobras recovered that. There was a bounced around, and Roscan McKnight came up with it. So on the opening kickoff, we lose a possession because of a squib kick that bounced around. And, again, special teams is a part of the ball game, and special teams is, you look for your guys to be able to scoop a ball like that or pick it up. It bounced around. Good job by Fort Pierce for getting down and recovering that. So now the Indians got their backs up against the wall as they're on Fort Pierce got the ball in Indian 25.
Jake Whiteley at quarterback. And he does have a empty backfield with 5 receivers. He's looking to throw over the right side, letting it fly down the sideline, and it's well covered, and it was out of bounds anyway, so incomplete will bring up 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, they wanted an isolation type of move. They're going to go deep on that very first pass. They line up their wide receiver, and they're going to go out, and they're going to challenge you one-on-one on that play. Now, there's a flag that fell out. We know the official's it wasn't a flag on the play. It just fell out of his pocket. And so, but the Indians did a good job. Didn't put pressure on him. He just overthrew his receiver.
Again, 3 receivers to the right side, 2 to the left on 2nd and 10. Whiteley now looking to his left side, fires, and it's too high and incomplete. Upcoming is 3rd down.
Yeah, he tried to hit his wide receiver on that play. Blackwood comes in. He has 7 catches for 134 yards, averaging 19.1 yards a catch, 2 touchdowns. His long is 71 yards. Now, this is a big 3rd down here for Fort Pierce here because I don't know, they're probably 2 down territory.
Yeah, they stole the opening kickoff on the muffed by Vero Beach. They're at the Vero 25 on a 3rd and 10. Receiver's going to go in motion, stops in the backfield. Quick pass to the right side, trying to get to the 20 and stopped around the 19-yard line, so about a 6-yard gain on the play, but it's now 4th down for the Cobras.
Yeah, that was just a quick screen to the outside. And I tell you who did a good job playing nose tackle tonight again is McClinton. He did a good job at nose tackle, getting around his guy, and putting some quick pressure on the quarterback.
Whiteley's got trips to the left side. 2 receivers to his right, and it'll be a 4th down and 4. Whiteley trying to set up a screen underneath. He's got his receiver to the 15, to the 10, down near the 7-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal.
Beautiful job by Jake Whiteley on that play. He got another screen this time to the left side. Their line got out, set up a good wall there, and give credit to them. 4th down, they came with back-to-back screens, and they had 1st downs. Now it's 1st and goal from about the 8-yard line.
Picked up 12, screen pass. Double stacks. Pass the corner. Touchdown. Cobras strike first.
Yeah, bad snap, but Jake Whiteley goes up high in the air, and he actually, that was Anthony LaMotta, I think, was the quarterback is in on the play. And he does a good job of batting that ball down and then spins around and gets it to his receiver, Paul, and it's a touchdown.
So now Mondo will come out for the extra point try. Kick is blocked. And so Cobras steal a possession and also get 6 on the board first. They lead 6-0.
Cafe 66, located on US 1 just south of 8th Street. At Cafe 66, our breakfast menu is all about variety. From biscuits and gravy to country fried steak and eggs to Nutella stuffed French toast. Our lunch and dinner menus have something for everyone, from barbecue platters to unique burgers. Our hours online at cafe66vero.com. We proudly support the Fighting Indians.
The mission of the Fighting Indian is excellence, teamwork, and consistency. The same holds true for the McCall Agency, Inc., a local independent agency and broker and fourth-generation resident of Vero Beach. To learn more about their insurance products and risk management, 772-473-6856. And their site is McCallAgencyInc.com, serving the Treasure Coast since 1956.
25 yards and 5 plays. All of that was set up on the squib kick for the opening kickoff. Vero did 4 recovered. They got to the Vero 25, and 5 plays later, end zone, thanks to a pass to Jamar Paul. And it's a 6-0 lead. Now this a little higher kick, caught around the 18-yard line. That's Hillsman. Hillsman trying to get out wide to the 30, to the 35, and down around the 37-yard line.
He went the long way to try to get around, and Fort Pierce does a good job of stringing that out and not allowing him to get outside the edge on that play. They got a touchdown on a stolen possession and bonus for the Cobras, right, Paul?
Totally agree. So Vero Beach will have the ball at their own 37-yard line, down by 6, and it'll be the first offensive possession for the Fighting Indians. Tyler Aronson out on the field will have a 3-4 receiver set. Low snap. Aronson hands off. Hillsman slides his way through for a couple.
Yeah, he's only going to get a couple yards. Again, a bad snap on that play by the center, and when he goes down to get, when he pick it up, and I believe that's Corbin Phillips is the center now. The problem is you lose all your continuity of a handoff there.
Going to go with a stack on the left side for Vero Beach. Another low snap. Tyler's going to try to run this one. And he'll get to the 40-yard line, pick another couple of yards up. But 2 low snaps there is a little shift on the offensive line here due to injuries. Corbin Phillips getting the start center, and Ben Hall's moved over to the right guard area. Ben is our usual starting center.
Well, James Santos is out. And that's the reason they did make that switch around.
So 3rd down and 6. Pass to Isaiah Roberts. He's got a block. Isaiah gets to the 49-yard line, and that'll be enough for a first down.
Absolutely. That's another little flag coming out. And they're going to have a legal, I believe it's, I'm thinking maybe we didn't have enough men on the line of scrimmage, or we had too many guys in the backfield. Let's see what.
Dead ball foul here.
Let's hope it is.
No, so it'll be an illegal formation.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. They didn't have enough guys on the line of scrimmage.
Personal foul.
Now
Okay.
they call a personal foul. That's a 15-yard penalty from that spot, so it goes back.
So he got the first down, but now they're going to march him back 15 yards, or it'll be 1st and 10. Back to the 34-yard line.
Yeah, it's 1st and 10. They just lost 15 yards.
So we're at 9-10 in the first quarter. It's a 6-0 lead for Fort Pierce Central. Better snap this time. Hand off to Hillsman. Hillsman trying to bounce out to the wide side. Gets to the 40, to the 42.
Good job of running, breaks to the outside. Good blocking by, you got Champ out there, Champ Smith out there blocking on that outside. And he makes a nice run out there to get close to a first down on that play. And again, Ephraim White out there made a good block.
Picks up 8. It'll be 2nd and 2. Another handoff. Hillsman, left side. Flag comes in. This will probably be a hold.
Yeah, you can almost bet there's a holding call. And again, you can't wrap up an official showing that whoever the penalty was on, he wrapped his arms around him.
Like a bear hug?
Like a bear hug. And that's just not going to fly. That won't fly in this league around. Even in high school, it won't fly, wrapping your arms around them and holding them like a bear hug.
Takes away a first down for sure, and now it's going to be 2nd down and long. And the Indians are going backwards, Gary. They originally started at the 37-yard line on this drive. They are backed up now to the 31. 2 costly penalties so far on this drive. Tyler's looking at let it. He's looking for Roberts down the right side, left side, and Roberts almost had it, but good defense by the Cobras.
And he's got to lay that ball out just a little bit farther. And the receiver would have had that. He had to stop and come back to get the ball, and he did a good job of preventing him from getting an interception, and he almost had the reception. But that, again, he's thrown into the wind. Wind out there tonight a little bit. Held the ball up. Now brings up 3rd and a very long 13, 14 yards.
Yeah, 13 yards there. Chauncey Williams there defending on that play. Batted that ball down. 3rd and 13 for Vero.
Another
bad snap. Tyler's trying to get rid of it. He's going to try to fling it, and he's not out of the tackle box. So he finds a receiver and able to make something out of that. Wow, that was actually a good throw by Tyler. Found, Roberts.
Yeah, that's you ran. We probably ran what? How many plays in that right there?
That was a 6 play right there.
6 play, and we had 3, maybe 4 bad snaps.
Yeah.
In that series.
So that brings out the punting unit for 4th down, and Wet Miller will get set to punt the ball away. Punt is end over end, takes a big bounce for Vero Beach. And big roll will get to about the 30, 29-yard line. So, Cobras with a 6-0 lead here. 7:08 to go here in the first quarter. Cobras took the opening kickoff, a squib kick. Vero Beach muffed it, and the Cobras capitalized on it with 5 plays, 25 yards, and get a touchdown. Missed the extra point, and here we sit at 6-0. And Vero Beach's first offensive series did not look particularly good.
Now, they've never got into sync. You got 3 or 4 bad snaps in one series. Your quarterback can't find the running back. It's hard to get the receivers. That makes it tough.
Whiteley rolls out to his right, fires, finds his receiver around the 35-yard line, and will be stopped right there at the 35. And he hits Paul on the catch there.
That's Tudu comes over. Griffin makes that tackle on that play.
And they're going to pick up a good 5 yards on that pass.
They're taking what's given to them. They're not trying to get greedy right now. They know they stole the possession and got a score. They'd like to take this one down and see if they can get points.
2nd and 5. Twin receivers on either side. Whiteley fires left side. Receiver is down on his knees when he caught it, so that'll be a loss on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 7.
Yeah, I think it's Fenelon is a wide receiver. He would have been better off to let that one go right over his head because that was a loss on the play.
6 minutes to go here in the first quarter. It's a 6-0 lead for Fort Pierce Central, and it's a 3rd down and 7 coming up for the Cobras. Whiteley's going to send a receiver in motion to the left side. Pressure comes. Whiteley trying to step out of the pocket, and he's going to go down with a sack. Back to the 25-yard line.
It looked like a little bit of confusion out there with the receiving corps from Fort Pierce Central. They were miscommunicating. The two receivers looked at each other, and they were like the signal, and I don't know the play what it would have been naturally because there was so much pressure on it. Good job by Bill Motta's defense. Got forced Whiteley to take a sack.
So the Cobras are going to be forced to punt the ball. High snap. Mondo brings it in, tries to get the punt away. Does. It'll be an over-in punt. Hits around midfield. And, boy, Cobras acting like Vero touched it. It was awfully close, but I don't think they did. It'll be down right at midfield.
I don't see an official indicated. It was close. It could have bounced up. And, again, that's your return guy. He's got to put his hands down, and they have a certain call, whatever it may be. Some teams use, Peter, get out of the way like that, or, but with your hands down, you've got to look for it.
Timeout on the field. It's a 6-0 lead for Fort Pierce Central here in the first quarter.
Hi, JW from Barker Air Conditioning. These hot and humid days sure do take a toll on your air conditioning system. Barker Air Conditioning offers our ESA annual or semi-annual maintenance plans to keep things in good working order. Barker Air Conditioning, servicing Indian River County since 1959.
Gino's Nutrition Shop carries a wide selection of safe supplements for athletes no matter their age, especially regular gym goers. I'm Gino, and we love supporting the Fighting Indians. Our supplements work from hydration, along with grab-and-go meals. At Gino's Nutrition Shop in Miracle Mile, our customers are family.
This is Fighting Indians football on the Vero Nation Network. Brought to you by Mullen Schools. Let's join Gary Paris and the voice of the Fighting Indians, Paul Tipton.
Indians start with a swing pass to the left side out of this timeout, and Hillsman will bounce it up to the 45-yard line, maybe about the 44-yard line. A good little start for this series.
Yes, they did a good job getting the ball out to the running back on that play, and they used Derek Williams and they used Eddie Torres as blockers out there for him, and they did a good job, and they picked up 7 yards on that play.
2nd and 3. Trips to the right side. Pressure coming. Aronson, and he's going to go down with the sack all the way back to the other side of the 50, around the 47-yard line.
Yeah, that was a blitz right up the middle. It's kind of like you got 3 guys coming at you one time. Somebody's got to help pick him up. You got to go. They're playing a 3-man front. 5 linemen, and they blitzed 2 that time.
All right, 3rd and 12. Receivers on either side. Vero at their own 48. Aronson looking to air it out. He's got a receiver in the area, and it's going to be intercepted. Cobras with another turnover, or takeaway, I should say, with the INT.
That just shows you how that wind is a major factor in that throw. That wind knocked that ball down and brought it back to the middle of the field. Aronson was trying to hit White. It was open to the side. but the ball got knocked down, which allowed the defender then to come over and make that interception. Good job, but again, it's the elements on that one, in my opinion.
3:11 to go, first quarter. It's a 6-0 lead. Cobras on top. And Vero Beach, second turnover of the night. So the ball will be at the 19-yard line of Fort Pierce Central, and the Cobras will get set here. But in the meantime, the referee is having a conversation with Coach
Jay. I think
Jay.
what they might be talking about, and maybe Derek can let us know. Anytime you have a draw on, if two receivers got the ball, it may be the fact that it belongs to the offensive guy. Normally,
tie goes to the receiver.
If that was the call, I thought Fort Pierce cleanly took the ball away.
Yeah, I did too. Yeah. So there was. All right, let's go down. DW, what do you hear?
Guys, there's some discussion from the referees to both coaches about the guard calling the cadence. So that's kind of where we are.
Okay.
Okay, what's happening is you got a guard. A lot of times we'll call that cadence. Like on our guy, our center is playing guard normal. He's making the call. I don't know why that's a problem.
All right, first down and 10 for the Cobras from their 19. Wiley trying to set up a screen. And the Indians will snuff that one out. It'll be about a 2-yard loss on the play.
Good job there you had Warren Perry that just on that play, he really ran from his end position across there along with Pollock. And you just saw a host of guys coming across on that. Kevin Benjamin was even in on that play. And they got some different linemen in there.
Yeah, they sure do. Second down and 11. They'll call it a 1-yard loss on that screen pass. Receiver in motion, stops at the right tackle. Whiteley forced out of the pocket, looking downfield, finds his receiver. It's caught around the 20-yard line, and it'll be just about a 2-yard gain.
Yeah, that's a great job there by Tutu Griffin as he had sight. He drove him with his legs. I love it when they tackle with their lower body and wrap up. That just gives you a solid tackle there. So like you said, they picked up maybe 3 yards on that play.
That was Williams on the catch for Fort Pierce. Now looking at a 3rd down and 8. Whiteley rolls to his left. Looking downfield, fires, and it short hops to the receiver. He would have been short of the mark anyway. So it's 4th down.
He's right-handed, rolling to his left is a difficult throw sometimes unless you your shoulders up. And he threw it. The open receiver he went to the right guy. He just couldn't make a move, and the throw was low. And he had to go down and get it on the ground.
All right. Well, the defense is forcing a 3-and-out here after the interception, and we'll get a chance to see our offensive unit back out on the field here, Gary. And they've really got to right the ship here. Mondo gets set for the punt. It's a high snap, but brings it in. Oh, they're going to go with a fake underneath. It's caught by Paul. He's at the 30, and he's stopped. Did he get it? Well, maybe he got enough for a first down. He might have. Yeah, he did. He got enough for a first down. Just enough.
He got it.
So a fake on that.
A gutsy call.
Yeah.
A gutsy call by Mike Watkins on that play. A good throw by the punter.
Yeah, it was. Absolutely.
It was a high snap, too. he got it down, and the pressure was there. He got the ball away. That's what I was impressed with, that he was able to get it away.
All right, so a fresh set of downs for the Cobras as they're now at the 31-yard line of Fort Pierce with a 6-0 lead, and we're in the last few seconds of this first quarter. Whiteley Keeper.
Fumble.
Lost the ball. Vero's on top of it. And there was the takeaway.
There's Javon Greer making that recovery right there on that play, Paul.
And he's making the most of it. And that's going to do it for the first quarter of play. Vero Beach gets a takeaway with the fumble recovery. And when we come back for the second quarter, we'll see that offensive unit. Indians down 6-0. This is Fighting Indians football.
Christian FM can put this game on the radio thanks to the support of business. Chuck Bateman, State Farm Insurance in Vero Beach. Chuck's goal is to create an atmosphere where customers can talk about what's important to them. He's also a huge supporter of our local fellowship Christian athletes. Chuck's phone is 567-1106 or chuckbatemaninsurance.com.
Hi, JW from Barker Air Conditioning. These hot and humid days sure do take a toll on your air conditioning system. Barker Air Conditioning offers our ESA annual or semi-annual maintenance plans to keep things in good working order. Barker Air Conditioning in Indiana County since 1959.
This is Vero Beach Fighting Indians football on Christian FM. Let's join Gary Paris and the voice of the Fighting Indians, Paul Tipton.
Well, here we are, folks. Getting set for the second quarter. Vero's got a takeaway in the first with the fumble recovery. So Vero Beach going to try to see if they can capitalize. A low snap. Aronson's going to hand off. Osby off the right side. Osby to the 15, to the 10, to the 5. Shakes a tackle, and he's in for the score.
I tell you, that's the fifth bad snap of the night. But the quarterback, Tyler, got it up, got it into Osby's hands, and Osby did the rest of it. He did a great job of making defenders. He accelerated, and I think problem was that linebackers couldn't find the ball because it rolled back there. If you can't find the ball, put your eyes on it, it's tough to go make that tackle.
All right, so Marson out for the extra point try. Ball is up, and the kick is through, and Vero Beach takes the lead here to start the second quarter. 6.
Molinari Pools is a proud supporter of Fighting Indians football and Christian FM. A family-owned and operated business, the Molinari family, longtime members of this community. Joel Molinari, a former Fighting Indian, loves serving the Treasure Coast residents from pool cleaning to repairs to pool remodeling. Molinari Pools. Love people, love pools. 772-778-2633 or molinaripools.com.
Durfee's Heating and Cooling, a longtime friend and supporter of Christian FM. Durfee's Heating and Cooling offers air conditioning repairs, maintenance, and new installations. Family owned and operated, serving the Treasure Coast area. Durfee's Heating and Cooling, 772-971-5884.
26 yards in one play, thanks to Octavian Osby with a 26-yard run. Extra point is good, and Vero Beach takes the lead 7-6 in this scoring drive, brought to you by the McCall Insurance Agency as Marsan set to kick off. It's high, and it's caught around the 9-yard line to the 15. 20, still on his feet, and tackled around the 24. So the Cobras, who stole an early possession on the opening kickoff and made the most of it, got 6 points out of it, now find themselves down by a point and coming off a turnover, Gary.
Yes, it was. And I'll tell you about Octavian Osby. That's his first touchdown. That's his first touchdown of the season. He's a great running back. And Hillsman's been carrying and toting the ball in the end zone a lot. But that time we saw Osby get his first touchdown of the year, 26-yard run.
All right. So LaMatta in for Whiteley at quarterback. Looking to throw, forced out of the pocket. Pressure coming. Now he's just going to let it fly up in the air, out of bounds, and flag is down.
That should be a flag because
intentional grounding.
Intentional grounding because you've got to get it to the line of scrimmage.
No, I'm not sure he was out of the tackle box either.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter, even if you're outside the tackle box.
Well, got a hold. So it'll be a holding call. And where that flag sits.
Well, They go back to the line of scrimmage now, I think it is, and they mark it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but again, going back to even if you're in the pocket, you still got to get the ball a bat past the line of scrimmage to be not a illegal throw.
All right, so it's going to be trips to the left side, single receiver on the right, one back in the backfield. Going to look to throw on second down, and nothing. The Indians are snuffing out that screen pass, stopped at the 10-yard line, another loss.
How about Aiden Smith on that play? Wow, Aiden Smith broke right through there and really broke up that play on that. Good job by Aiden getting over there. That's a loss there on the play.
Looking at a that'd be second. Should be third down, right? Second down, that's right. It was a penalty. Second and long. Trips to the right side for the Cobras. Looking to throw. Forced out of the... Again, good job. Avion Rivers with the tackle at the 15.
Bill Mata's got these guys zoned in now, and they're starting to affect the quarterbacks, where it's LaMata or if it's Whiteley in there at quarterback.
So LaMata's got a 5-receiver set for third down and 20. Excuse me, that was Lamatine.
Yeah, now we got it corrected, Lamatina.
Looking to pass out to the left side, and a receiver and quarterback were not on the same page. It falls incomplete. It's fourth down.
How about Mark Bacon? Out there on that play. He got the hurry on the quarterback that time, LaMatina, and forced down to fourth down. So
you mean Matt Bacon?
I mean Matt Bacon. Thank you. I'm sorry. What did I say, Mark?
You did.
Matt, yeah.
That's his brother.
It's his twin brother.
Yes.
I looked at it and saw 93, and I went, whoa.
Good to see him back.
It's good to see him back. You had thought he would probably dress this game, whether played or not. We weren't sure.
Mondo set for the punt, standing just inside the end zone. Punt is blocked. Griffin got it, scramble for it, and Rivers falls into the end zone. Now they're going to rule him down at the 1. Griffin gets the block, and Rivers on the recovery.
Yeah, that turns it around right there. That is a big play.
So Vero Beach first and goal from the 1-yard line.
Golly, you get a block. We had our turnovers earlier, and now it's coming back on them.
Double O in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. Osby with his second touchdown of the night and the season.
Wow, that's Osby's second touchdown. 2 touches, 2 scores. It's good to have the Indians out front now. Yeah.
2 carries, 2 touchdowns, 27. That.
I like that.
All right, so we'll wait to see Marson if he can kick the extra point here and make it a 14-6 lead with 9:53 to go in the second quarter, and it was good.
It looked good.
And
it is good.
Vero leads 14-6 here in the second quarter. Christian FM thanks Paris Family Chiropractic for their support. Dr. Matt Paris is a longtime resident of Vero Beach and a former quarterback for the Fighting Indians. Just like our Fighting Indians work hard for the win, Dr. Paris works hard for a patient's well-being. From proper alignment to good nutrition, Dr. Paris helps patients achieve the win. Paris Family Chiropractic, when the spine is in line, everything is fine. 299-4649 or parisfamilychiro.com.
Thanks to Longevity Rehab Centers in Vero Beach and Sebastian, owned by locals whose mission is to help heal those who are hurting, goal of getting them back to a productive life. Longevity Rehab has built a reputation of trust with their clients from the top down, offering both physical and massage therapy designed to restore, relieve, or maintain a healthy lifestyle. Blue Cross Blue Shield, Humana, Cigna, United Healthcare, Health First, Medicare, and most insurances are accepted. LongevityRehab.com.
So on that break, Vero Beach went ahead and kicked off, and it went out of bounds. So it'll be a penalty. We'll bring it up to the 35-yard line where Fort Pierce Central will get the ball, and they're down 14-6. That last scoring drive for Vero Beach, it was one play, 1 yard. Octavian Osby gets in the end zone on the run, and that is his second touchdown of the night, and Vero leads 14-6, and that is the McCall Insurance Agency scoring drive.
Oh, I tell you what, the one thing that bothered me, they're going to ask him to kick it over again because they have the right to. Yeah. Either you can take the ball at the 35 or you can take the 5-yard penalty and have them kick it over again. And I'm not sure. I mean, you got good field position at the 35. Mm-hmm. I think what they're saying is that we can probably get better field position here. Depends on his first kick. He kicked it down to about the 8-yard line, and he got it back to around a 24-yard or something like that. That time he missed it and went out of bounds. He tried to drive it and went right out of bounds.
Marson going to line drive it. It's caught at around the 15 to the 20, 25, 30, and tackled down around the 32.
Yeah, there you go. He could have had it at 35. But again, they gamble. The coaches feel like they can get. That was not a great kick because it was a line drive right to the hands of the receiver. And you really want that because now you got the momentum because the ball's low. It's in your hands quick. But the Indians did a good job covering there.
So La Matina is still in at quarterback here. I don't know if this is a switch or if there's an injury.
Well, no, I think that Jake just got rattled probably a little bit back there on those plays, and they put a lot of pressure on him. And he looked good his first series coming out, but then after that, Bill Motto dialed up his defense.
1st and 10 at the 32, handoff. Don't see that a lot from this offense. Not much of a ground game to speak of. It'll be about a close to a 4-yard gain here on the play. And an injury on one of the Cobras. Nope, I guess not.
Yeah, he has to come out because they blew the whistle for stop the clock on it.
Scores 14-6. It's 9:30 and counting here in the second quarter. Paul Tipton along with Gary Paris, Derek West, Matt Paris here tonight.
They got second. Looks like a long 7. They got to go here. So, and there's another snap that's high.
And Vero right on top of it. Boy, that defense was right on it. Well, I tell you what, you had Burbick in there real quick.
Bobby Burbick is a sophomore, very talented young man, can play. He played tight end last year for us on the JV, played defensive end. He is just one of those. He's going to get better and better as he goes because he's a tall kid. He's going to put on about 20 pounds more, and he's got quickness come off that line.
So Cobras now looking at a 3rd down and 12. They'll go with the 5-wide set. Matina looking to throw. Got hit as he let it fly, and it's going to be, oh boy. Could have been intercepted as White was right there.
Oh, my goodness. I don't know how that went right through his hands. He stuck his hands out there, it would have been an interception, and it just kind of like went right through his hands. I know he was frustrated.
So it will be a punt for the Cobras. As Vero Beach now you sense that momentum, Gary, has totally shifted now. It was early on, it was the Cobras, but Vero Beach has now seized it and taken control.
I agree, Paul.
Waiting for the snap. High snap goes over his head. It's rolling towards the end zone, and Mondo's going to bat it out for the safety.
That's a smart move on his part. not to give them a touchdown. Now they'll have to, safety, they'll have to kick from the 20-yard line. So the Indians, it's kind of like you get 2 points and a possession back.
Wow. So, hate to say when it rains, it pours, given our weekend.
Well, you saw some snaps. I was questioning some of the snaps by the center earlier. Like, they were floating back there, but you got a good, in the first one, it was a fake pass. They faked it and got a first down on us the first time, but then after that, it's been rough on them.
Yeah. So it'll be a free kick from the 20-yard line for the Cobras. Vero Beach now with another opportunity here. After tonight's game, Vero Beach still on the road this Friday night. They head down to Palm Beach County to take on Wellington. Then after that, they come back home for St. Lucie West Centennial. So they're going to put it on a tee.
I think he's going to do that squib again, it looks like, coming up here. That kind of squib.
Yeah, they're trying to fake it out. They're going to go try to onside kick it, and it's caught. Good job by the hands team. They were ready for it, and Vero Beach going to have great field position at the 32.
That's Philip Alcindor that did that play out there. Good job by him on that, or was it 33, I believe it was, or 35?
I think it was 35.
Okay, then let's give it to...
Is that Lancerfort?
Lancerfort. Let's give it to him.
So the Indians now with a 16-6 lead and a chance to increase it here with great field position starting at the plus 32. Aronson, pressure coming, fires. Bobbled, but then caught, and he probably should have let it go. It was looking for E.J. White with the underneath screen, and it's a loss of about 7.
Yeah, it was you line up on the right, and you go down the line, then you got to come back around. It's a screen pass, and it took too long to develop, it looked like, in my opinion, and he bobbled it. That made it even worse.
2nd and 17. Tight formation for Vero Beach. Going to be a handoff. Hillsman trying to work around some blocks, trying to get to the edge, to the 35, to the third, I guess just shy of the 30 mark.
Well, it's 2 down territory now. You're third down, and you've got about...
it's about almost that, back to 3rd and 10 or 3rd and 8, somewhere in there. Third.
Yeah, you got 2 down here. You're about the original line of scrimmage. You got... Now what you do is you try to find a first down play or a 6-yard play or something, and you go on 4th down, you can go for it.
Twin receivers on either side, 3rd and 10. 7:34 on the clock for second quarter. It's a 16-6 lead for Vero Beach. And flag's going to come in. It's going to be a false start.
I don't know who they called it on. It could have been on the outside receiver, Micah Simmons. Could have been. I don't know who they called that on.
Yeah, I don't either.
Wow, that hurts. Now, see, that penalty now really hurts on you because now you got to get at least 10 to 12 yards to get a shot at the 4th down.
3rd and 15. Aronson, pressure coming, steps up. He's going to fire, lets it go downfield. He's got a receiver in the end zone, caught by Torres. How about that? Did you see it?
I saw it. I tell you what, great job by Tyler stepping up in the pocket, felt the press being pressure on him by the defensive front 4, and he steps up. He sees Eddie Torres running down the field wide open, and he throws a pass up there, and Eddie got his 1 foot in, and he got that ball secured for a touchdown.
Marson set for the extra point. Ball is up, and it is good. Vero Beach makes it 23-6 here midway through the second quarter.
Cafe 66, located on US 1 just south of 8th Street. At Cafe 66, our breakfast menu is all about variety. From biscuits and gravy to country fried steak and eggs to Nutella stuffed French toast. Our lunch and dinner menus have something for everyone, from barbecue platters to unique burgers. Our hours online at cafe66vero.com. We proudly support the Fighting Indians.
Christian FM can put this game on the radio thanks to the support of businesses like Chuck Bateman State Farm Insurance in Vero Beach. Chuck's goal is to create an atmosphere where customers can talk about what's important to them. He's also a huge supporter of our local chapter of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Chuck's phone is 567-1106 or chuckbatemaninsurance.com.
So Vero Beach able to capitalize off the safety in good field position. 3 plays, 32 yards, and a 37-yard reception by Torres. Vero Beach going to go with a little pooch kick. It bounces around, and the ball is loose. Fight for it. Vero Beach on top of it.
Wow. That was a bad kick. I mean, he did not try to do that. He hit his tee, and the ball just popped straight up in the air. And they let it hit the ground, and it looked like Vero on that
Gary,
opening kickoff.
We meant to do that, Gary. Come
Oh,
on.
okay.
Come on, Gary. We meant to do that.
All right, you're right. Okay. I saw the tee go farther than the ball. I'd like to know that was. I like to think that was planned.
Yeah, right. Timeout on the field. We'll step aside. Vero Beach leading 23-6.
Thanks to Roy Bell Grading Services for sponsoring Fighting Indians football and the Fighting Indians post-game show.
Hi, my name is Chase Bell, and my father Roy has served Indian River County in the grading industry for over 40 years. My family and I are proud supporters of Christian FM and the Vero Beach Fighting Indians. Go Vero!
No job too small or too big. Roy Bell Grading Services. We roll the earth. 772-473-4559. Roy Bell Grading Services.
Gino's Nutrition Shop carries a wide selection of safe supplements for athletes no matter their age, especially regular gym goers. I'm Gino, and we love supporting the Fighting Indians. Our supplements work for muscle recovery, hydration, focus, immunity health, along with grab-and-go meals. At Gino's Nutrition Shop in Miracle Mile, our customers are family.
Back here is Vero Beach trying to capitalize on another mistake here by Fort Pierce Central as Osby gets the handoff, spins out of a tackle, stays on his feet down near the 10-yard line.
I tell you what, this young man is inspired tonight. That's third good run right there. He has 2 touchdowns. Picks up 13 yards on that play, Paul.
Set up a 1st and goal at the 9-yard line for Vero Beach. Hillsman in the backfield this time. He gets the handoff. Off the middle, inside the 5 to about the 4.
Yeah, that's a good run that time. Great run by Hillsman. Makes a cut to the right, back to the left. And I believe they got Ben Hall back at center now.
They do.
Yeah.
And they've got Smith. Champ Smith has moved into guard. And then you've got Romeo Vargas out on the tackle. Handoff again for Hillsman. Hillsman shakes off a tackle, trying to get some room, and he's still he gets tackled right about at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, good job. Good job hanging on that time by Percival as he was able to hang on there and make that tackle.
So it's going to bring up 3rd and goal.
And they just need the 6 yards to get it, 5 yards to get the touchdown.
Yeah. So 3rd and goal at the 5, 4 receivers set. Hillsman in the backfield. He's on the left side. And now a timeout's going to be taken by Vero Beach to talk some things over. Looking at a 3rd and goal when we come back.
The Fighting Indians rely on teamwork, and so does Christian FM. One of those teammates is Scott Sporting Goods. Scott Sporting Goods features an array of sporting equipment, including clothes and shoes. They are also the ones that fit our Fighting Indians broadcast team with the Fighting Indians apparel. Located in downtown Vero Beach, 1407 20th Street. Their phone number is 778-0661. Thanks to Scott Sporting Goods.
Hi, JW from Barker Air Conditioning. These hot and humid days sure do take a toll on your air conditioning system. Barker Air Conditioning offers our ESA annual or semi-annual maintenance plans to keep things in good working order. Barker Air Conditioning, servicing Indian River County since 1959.
This is Fighting Indian Football on the Vero Nation Network, brought to you by Ohana Water Systems.
Here we are in the second quarter. 5:38 to go, and it's a 23-6 lead for Vero Beach, and another opportunity for the Indians awaits. Third and goal from the 5. Aronson, play action, looking, fires, finds his receiver, Hillsman in the corner.
Now, that was a great read, just a great throw, good route. Hillsman comes in motion, swings out there. The receivers break to the inside. He's wide open in the back of the corner. Great throw by the quarterback.
29-6, pending this extra point. Snap is there, hold is down, and the kick is good. Vero Beach extends its lead, makes it 30-6 here. 5:34 left in the second quarter.
Downtown Dipper Ice Cream Shop on 14th Avenue in Vero Beach. Downtown Dipper is a step back in time to an old-school ice cream shop, serving 24 flavors of hand-scooped ice cream. A family-owned and operated ice cream shop, open Tuesday through Sunday and closed on Mondays. Thanks to Downtown Dipper for supporting Christian FM and the Fighting Indians.
Cafe 66, located on US 1 just south of 8th Street. At Cafe 66, our breakfast menu is all about variety. From biscuits and gravy to country fried steak and eggs to Nutella stuffed French toast. Our lunch and dinner menus have something for everyone, from barbecue platters to unique burgers. Our hours online at cafe66vero.com. We proudly support the Fighting Indians.
Kickoff goes to the 10-yard line, 15, 20, 25. Still on his feet to the 30-yard line. And that was a line drive kick, Matt. That last kick. All right, Gary and I have been debating about whether or not that was intentional or not. What do you know?
Well, I asked the young man, I said, hey, was the intention for that ball to go that high and that short? He goes, we can say that. And then I say, well, it turned out. He goes, that's a blessing from the Lord. Nice young man.
Yeah, I love it. There's no way he can ever plan a kick like that. It just happens.
All right, Cobras down 30-6. Direct snap off the left side. Nowhere to go. And as Jamar Paul playing the role of quarterback on this possession.
He got a favorable mark. I thought he lost a yard there.
Too.
Yeah, they
did. They did. It's at the 29.
Yep.
So it'll be second down and 11
No,
now.
they put it back on the 30. I thought he was down on the 29.
Oh,
yeah.
All right, so second and 10. And LaMattina in at quarterback. And another timeout's going to be taken.
I think this is Watkins calling this one.
Well, we'll step aside as well. 4:48 here in the second quarter. Vero up 30-6.
A family business for 25 years, Total Golf Cart supports the Fighting Indians and their fans. They're the authorized club cart dealer and love to assist buyers to find the golf cart that best meets their needs. They offer both new and used club cars. And Total Golf Cart also has a full service department at 1140 South US 1 in Vero Beach or at TotalGolfCart.com.
How about tomorrow night? You join Gary and I and Coach Jankowski at Cap's Pizza for Coach's Corner. We'll get around 6 p.m. And I'd love to. And you can obviously catch it on our YouTube channel, Vero Nation Network. That is the Coach's Corner tomorrow night, 6 p.m. at Cap's Pizza. I keep wanting to say Tigers. Cobras looking at a second down 10. 5 wide. LaMattina looking to pass and almost intercepted. Boy, I tell you what, we had a beeline on that. Good job by the receiver to catch it, and it's going to be a loss.
How about Tutu getting in there? Griffin does a great job of reading that out. I think what happened was that defensive line forced him to throw the ball a little awkward, a little higher than he normally would like to have done that.
The way Tutu shot out there, man, I thought he was going to pick that one.
Brings up third and about 15 or 16 yards.
Yep. Matina looking to run, and boy, the pressure comes in. Pollock was right there, and it'll be a sack. Brings up fourth down.
Yeah, I really feel that he's under pressure. That was, to me, I don't know if that was designed. I think what he did is he took back, he looked, he didn't see anybody. He saw the pressure coming. He tried to step up front and tried to run the ball, which is, to me, is going to be ill-advised against this defensive front four and the linebackers.
Punt unit on its way out. Working our way down to 3.5 minutes left in the second quarter. Vero will send a egg deep. Mondo gets the punt away. High towering punt. And we'll let that one go out of bounds and take possession of the ball around the 43-yard line. Well, talked about this. You felt like that the Cobras would probably come out with everything early on, and then maybe over the course of a few series that maybe Vero's depth would take over.
It did, and it has. And again, they capitalized on the very first turnover of the game, went down and scored, got that momentum going their way a little bit. But the Indians they're too good. They got too much talent not to be like where they're at right now.
Starting from their own 43, front up 30-6. 3:11 to go. Second quarter. Pass going for White. White's wide open, but he caught it out of bounds. Boy, he catches that inbounds. He's off to the races.
Yeah, but again, the throw had to be out that way because the defender was pushing him to the sideline. You got that when you got a defender over there, that is Blackwood pushing him to the side. He had to make sure the only person who was going to catch that was going to be White. But it was just enough out of bounds.
Incomplete. It's second down and 10. Twin receivers on either side. Aronson forced out of the pocket and will scramble back to the line of scrimmage. And it's going to bring up third down and 10.
Yeah, that's a good job by their defense. Now, I was anticipating them to get something quick on that play. I thought I'd come back and hit a quick hitch, a quick slant or something to pick up some yards.
Quick snap. Aronson caught from behind and a big sack. Davis with the sack.
Yeah, that's again, they were looking deep. They were either looking down the field, looking for somebody deep, either Roberts or White downfield, and just too much pressure.
Loss of 9 on that play, Gary, and here comes Wetmiller out to punt the ball away. Second time tonight. High snap. Wetmiller able to get it, but he's got try to scramble his way out of it. He's trying to get something out of this, and boy, the Cobras now with a prime opportunity here.
Boy, I tell you, what is it with our snapping tonight? What is it with, Ryan Hall's our snapper on the backup quarterback is our snapper, and he's usually had a really fantastic year. That ball went almost over Wetmiller's hands. Yeah. He had to jump up and grab it. Then he could not stop and plant and kick. Now, if he was left-footed that time, he could have run to his left and kicked it. But he wasn't left-footed.
All right, so the Cobras now with good field position at the 33. Pass is incomplete. Second down and 10 now for the Cobras.
Yeah, Kevin Benjamin now playing in there as one of the safeties, along with Anderson, and you have Donquell Wesley also in there. And on the other side, you got Amar Reynolds.
5 wide. LaMontina, he bobbled the snap and had to go down on it, so that will be a big loss for the Cobras.
Hey, you got Bacon in there right now. You got Antoine Montgomery in there now, and you got Warren Perry. That's your normal starting 3 right there.
Yep.
And it's started to so you got your defense is starting to – some of these guys are back in. Good to see Bacon out there.
Yep. Third down and 15. Martina, pressure coming. Bacon is there, and it's a sack.
Bacon. How do you like your bacon? I like them all over my quarterback, right? Over their quarterback. Wow.
Wow, indeed.
It's good to have him
indeed.
back. It is so good to have him back like that. You see Matt come flying around there, man. He just does a great job.
Lose 6 on the play. And 38 seconds to go. They'll let this clock run down as far as they can.
Well, they will, and they probably will let it drop and maybe take a timeout.
They're going for it. LaMontina is going to hit his receiver over on the side, and it won't get enough for
clock
a first down,
stops
and
right
that'll
now.
be turnover on downs.
Yeah, that gives Vero Beach, with 2 timeouts left, 21 seconds to get the ball. I don't understand why you don't let it run down. He raises his hands up and lets you know there's 5, 4, and then you call your timeout like that. But, I don't – that to run that play, wow, that was
well,
not that Vero may do, but you gave Vero Beach a chance now. You got E.J. White out here.
I would imagine Coach Jay wants to make out of this because Cobras get the ball to start the third quarter.
Sure.
Starting from the 43. Aronson trips to the right side, looking that way. Pressure comes, steps up in the pocket. Out of the pocket now. He's looking to throw, but he's going to go down with a sack.
Here's what they're doing. They're throwing a zero blitz at Vero Beach right now. That means everybody's coming. There's one man you can't cover. Everybody's got. You got 6 guys coming. You got 5 linemen, and your back is trying to pick up that 6th man if he's not in the route. And a lot of times you can't do it. They get in the backfield back there, and that's what's happened is they call it a zero blitz. There's and usually that's the quarterback's read on a zero blitz.
13 seconds remaining in this second quarter. Vero calls a timeout. It'll be second down for Vero Beach, who leads 30-6. Vero still has 1 timeout remaining.
And I tell you, even though the score is 30-6, they have put a lot of pressure on Tyler Aronson tonight.
Ball at the 40-yard line. Second and 13. Aronson, pressure again. Going to get the screen pass to Roberts. Roberts got some blockers to the 50, 45, 40. Trying to shake a tackle, does. 35, 30. Out of bounds around the 25-yard line, but that's going to do it as time runs out.
Yeah, that's just a nice big long play. They ran the clock down and out. And so Vero will take the lead at halftime, Paul, 30-6.
Yeah, it was a slow start for Vero Beach. Fort Pierce Central with the squib kick and got Vero Beach all rattled. They muffed the opening kickoff. Fort Pierce Central recovered, and then it was game on from there. Let's go down to the sideline. Matt's got Coach Jay.
Hey, Coach, a little rough start, but character with the boys. Turn it around, put 30 points on.
Yeah, I mean, it's a district game, so we got to do what we can to score more points than them, but we got to get some things cleaned up. I'm not pleased at all with our effort, with our energy, with our body language. It's got to get a lot better.
All right, Coach, appreciate it. Let you go with the boys. Back to you guys.
All right. 30-6 lead, and not happy with that effort in that first half of play. So it'll be an interesting locker room chat for sure. We're going to step aside. We've still got coming up the Genesis halftime show here with Bobby Paris and Women of the Fighting Indians. We will stick around here for more. Stay close. The Vero 30-6 here at halftime.
Hi, Derek West here from the Genesis Church of Vero Beach. We are proud supporters of Fighting Indians football and Vero Beach athletics. We invite you to join us this Sunday at 9:15 for our services. If you can't join us in person, please visit us online at gcvero.com. Genesis Church of Vero Beach, a place of love where honest men are known and unafraid to love the stone. Us at gcvero.com.
A6 located on US 1 just south of 8th Street. At Cafe is all variety, from biscuits and gravy to country fried steak and eggs to Nutella stuffed French toast. Our lunch and dinner menus have something for everyone, from barbecue platters to unique burgers. Our hours online at cafe66vero.com. We proudly support the Fighting Indians.
The safety of young athletes is priority one. The professionals at Vero Elite Rehab and Orthopedic Surgery are the official physicians for Fighting Indians sports. We thank them for helping make this broadcast possible. They offer care in orthopedics, physical medicine, and rehabilitation. More at prosportsandeliterehab.com.
Welcome to the Fighting Indians Halftime Show, brought to you by Genesis Church. Here's your host, Bobby Paris.
Welcome to Women of the Fighting Indians. I'm Bobby Paris, and I have the privilege of interviewing the moms of our senior varsity football players. Tonight, my guest is a charming Tracy Stevens. Welcome, Tracy.
Hi, Bobby. So happy to be here.
Okay, we are happy to have you. Tracy is the mom to number 74, Chase Stevens, who starts at left guard, but per Gary Paris, has played center and can play tackle. Multi-talented and is an outstanding vocal as well as physical leader for this offensive line. But Tracy, we're going to talk about you. Well, we throw him in every now and then, but we're going to talk about you. So you tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh, I'm from Manchester, Connecticut originally. Moved here in 91. I attended IRSC down here and kind of stayed.
So born and raised in Connecticut, what you to Vero Beach?
To help take care of my ailing grandparents and attend college at the same time.
And then you met your husband?
Yes, we have worked together for several years.
So you all have been married
27 years.
Oh, wow, that's great. Saying a lot for days like today. And tell me about your family.
Well, we have our mother-in-law that lives with us, and then we have Chase as a brother that's 22, Alex, and he's a sheriff deputy for St. Lucie County. And the baby is Chase.
And he is not a baby, that's for sure. Okay, so I know that he was commuting, and tell me about that.
We were commuting while we were getting our house together. We were building a house out here, so we would just drive him to Vero when we decided to move it here.
That's been since his freshman year. He's been in high school.
Yes, ma'am.
And he has been starting on the varsity. So freshman, sophomore, junior, senior year. That's some talent. And why Vero Beach High School?
I think because there's nothing like the community at any other high school. Everybody comes to the Vero football games.
Everybody I talk to that's from out of town say, what an amazing program. They'll say it's a 5-star program. They have great coaching, breakfast every Friday morning. They feed the kids. And these coaches have these kids' interest at heart. It's not just on the field, but it's also they want them to be successful in life. So they keep up with everything that they do. And that's kudos. And kudos to our booster, Angela Banza, for our president. They just go all out for them. They really do. So Tracy, were you an athlete?
Definitely not. Okay. Very klutzy.
So who was the athlete in the family?
My mother actually was a great basketball player. She was a captain.
Maybe some good genes passed down.
You must have got it from her. Definitely not for me.
Chase is a big boy, 6'4", around 290. I know you told him on a special diet he'd like to shed a few pounds. We all, but he's a big boy. So how's your grocery bill during this time?
Tremendous. It's at least $500 a week between the whole family.
My goodness. Women of Fighting Indians football will continue right after this.
Hi, Derek West here from the Genesis Church of Vero Beach. We are proud supporters of Fighting Indians football and Vero Beach athletics. We invite you to join us this Sunday at 9:15 for our services. If you can't join us in person, please visit us online at gcvero.com. Genesis Church of Vero Beach, place of love where honest men are known and unafraid to love the hardest stone. Visit us at gcvero.com.
Hi, JW from Barker Air Conditioning. These hot and humid days sure do take a toll on your air conditioning system. Barker Air Conditioning offers our ESA annual or semi-annual maintenance plans to keep things in good working order. Barker Air Conditioning, servicing Indian River County since 1959.
Cap's Pizza and Pub, a proud sponsor of the Fighting Indians and Christian FM, serving Vero for over 35 years. Cap's Italian cuisine, including pizza, strombolis, calzones, hot and cold subs, plus wings. A family-owned and operated business, John and his staff are happy to serve. Cap's Pizza and Pub, 725 27th Avenue Southwest, Vero Beach, 772-770-2277 or capspizzamenu.com.
The Fighting Indians halftime show is brought to you by Genesis Church. Once again, Bobby Paris.
Tonight, my guest is a charming Tracy Stevens. Tracy is the mom to number 74, Chase Stevens, who starts at left guard. What's your secret for keeping the Stevens household running and somewhat organized during this crazy time of year that, you know, from August to December, we cram everything in? So how do you do it? Because you didn't tell us about your job either. You also work in real estate. So, you know, the days go by pretty quickly. How do you organize this?
Everybody has to do something. Okay. So we have the kids doing the yard work because my husband works like 14 hours a day. And then my mother-in-law is home to help with the dogs during the day, and she likes to run the vacuum.
Good.
And then everybody's cooking and meal prepping. So
that's awesome.
That helps.
Well, meal prepping because they're on these diets.
Yeah.
But you know, that does take some of the responsibility off your shoulders. Right. All right. I was a big crock pot person when my kids were in school, you know.
That's a lifesaver.
Yeah, it is. As everyone knows, and I talk about this on all my interviews, I am such a proponent for student athletes, student being number one, because without it, you're not going to play. So how is Chase in school?
He's great. He's got a 3.8, sometimes a 3.7. He just made the National Honor Society, but he's always had good grades.
So you don't even have to say, or if you do say there's homework?
I ask for if he has homework, and he never does, but he's just, it's easy for him.
That's great. Any dual enrollment classes?
He does have that. I think he's going to graduate with his AA.
That is so exciting. I'm telling you, these big old football players, and they take it serious. Not something that's usually
like a job.
Yeah, it is a job. It is a job. And kudos to them. Good parenting. Good parenting. As the mom of school-age kids and living in a crazy world that we do, what would be 3 priorities for raising children today? Number one being the top priority.
A great education and a system that supports that. Respect and discipline, definitely. For your coaches, everybody. If they don't have that, they're not going to get very far. Discipline, definitely.
That's right. They sort of all follow in line. And that is great. That's good to hear. Like I said, just turn the news on. It's pretty depressing. But I think our kids, you know, when you have good parents and they're very supportive of that kid. It shows. It really does. You know, it's difficult to have family time. How do you manage that if there is such a thing?
We do family Sunday dinners. Most of the time, everybody is there. But a lot of the times, you know, I'm going to pick up so-and-so at 9:30. You know, it's always hard.
Well, and with your son, your oldest son being deputy, I'm sure he's on different times. Yeah. So, okay.
Sometimes he's there, sometimes he's not, but the core is there too.
Yeah. That's good. And they know they have support. They can come in anytime and talk with you. If you could have Tracy Day, what would that look like?
Sleeping in.
Amen. Amen, sister.
And maybe no laundry to do.
Oh, there you go. Well, in a perfect world. No, I think that's great. One day you will get that, believe me.
And then I won't want it. I'll be like, what am I going to do?
There is light at the end of that tunnel. If you could give one piece of advice to the mom of a child in high school, could be an athlete or whatever, what would that be?
Cherish every moment that you have because it goes by way too quickly. Mm-hmm. Before you know it, you're dropping them off.
That's right. That's right. Don't cry. Okay. That's true. And I know that just this last year with Paul, my grandson, it was just like, he was just a baby. What happened? He is now in college. So, yes, good advice. Great advice. Any shout out to anybody in particular right now that you know will probably be listening to this?
Oh, my mother-in-law, Robin Stevens, Jason and Renee Coley.
This has been a great pleasure. I have enjoyed you so much. She's really fun. And it's been good, really fun to get to know the Stevens family a little better. And we know you all will be sitting in the stands watching number 74, as we will too, loud and proud. So with that, we're going to end by saying,
Go Fighting Indians!
Hi, Derek West here from the Genesis Church of Vero Beach. We are proud supporters of Fighting Indians football and Vero Beach athletics. We invite you to join us this Sunday at 9:15 for our services. If you can't join us in person, please visit us online at gcvero.com. Genesis Church of Vero Beach, place of love where honest men are known and unafraid to love the hardest stone. Visit us at gcvero.com.
Hi, JW from Barker Air Conditioning. These hot and humid days sure do take a toll on your air conditioning system. Barker Air Conditioning offers our annual, semi-annual maintenance plans to keep things in good work order. Barker Air Conditioning, servicing Indian River County since 1950.
Hi, I'm Shelly, owner of Dog Training Elite Treasure Coast. Our family passion is to help the families that come to us create peace and harmony in the home with their beloved family dog. At Dog Training Elite, we're dedicated to helping our clients, along with their dogs, learn obedience, manners, or train to be service dogs. Any size and age, we can help. Online at dogtrainingelitetreasurecoast.com. Go Indians!
The Fighting Indians halftime show is brought to you by Genesis Church. Let's join Gary Paris and the voice of the Fighting Indians, Paul Tipton.
Glad to have you back here as we're wrapping up halftime here. Vero Beach leading 30-6 here at halftime. It was a little bit of a slow start for the Fighting Indians. I mean, give credit where credit is due. Fort Pierce Central came out, got a little bit of a bonus possession with the opening kickoff that they squibbed. Vero Beach muffed it, and Fort Pierce Central recovered it, made the most of it. They took a few plays, got into the end zone, and we're up 6-0 before in a blink of an eye, Gary. And so, Vero Beach again a little sluggish coming out. Maybe there was just a little bit of hangover from the Seminole game. I don't know. Maybe the fact that we're playing on Monday and not Friday. I mean, there's a few things you could say.
You could see that. You could see the body movement. I think both teams are struggling. Both having to come back on a Monday and get ready to play a game knowing you got another game on Friday. And I think that Vero just hasn't got that fired up like Coach wanted him to look at. I can tell you there'll be some fannies being chewed out at halftime here, getting them fired up for the second half.
Oh, absolutely. Let's take a look at the dirt cooling tab stat for Fort Pierce Central. It's a total of 13 yards of offense, 3 first downs, and 2 turnovers. They've had 1 penalty for 10 yards. And that was on the offensive side of the ball. For Vero Beach, it was a total of 139 yards, and you're going, wait a minute, you got 30 points, 139 yards.
That's the first thing I said to you.
It was. And when I started showing you where our possessions, most of the possessions have been either at midfield or on the plus side, so short field.
Short field. You
Yeah.
got that short porch. That makes it a lot easier.
Is 11 for 92, 2 touchdowns. On the ground, it was a total of 37 yards. Hillsman 4 for 15. Osby's got 3 for 40 and 2 touchdowns tonight. Aronson's 5 for minus 18. Of course, those are all those sacks that he's taken so far in this first half of play. Roberts has got 3 catches, 44 yards. Hillsman 3 for 18 and a touchdown. White's got 1 for minus 7. Torres has got 1 for 37 and a touchdown. Vero Beach had 3 first downs, 2 turnovers, and 3 penalties, all on the offensive side for 20 yards. And, of course, there was the safety and a block punt and an interception.
Well, excuse me. When you get the field, you got the short porches. Your offense, like you said, you're not going to build up a lot of opportunities, and you're not going to build up a lot of yards because you can score quick. You had a couple runs that were big runs there on those. On one possession, we recovered it. Next play was a 26-yard touchdown run. So I mean, you're those are going to kill your number of plays per half you have.
True.
Here like that. But you're up 30-6. That's the most important thing. Now you can't let up. You've got to continue to fight hard, Paul. Here you've got to. They get the ball to start the second half, and they're going to get themselves inspired. Try to get some good field position. Get some plays that worked. They had success earlier with the screen pass. Vero smelled that out and started taking that. They were getting too much pressure on the outside. And, again, I don't know how many sacks there were in the first half, but I know that there was probably about 4 or 5 sacks in that first half by Vero Beach defense.
All right, we're going to step aside. We'll get set for the second half action between Fort Pierce Central and Vero Beach. Currently, the Indians leading here at halftime 30-6. We'll be back right after.
Cafe 66, located on US 1 just south of 8th Street. At Cafe 66, our breakfast menu is all about variety. From biscuits and gravy to country fried steak and eggs to Nutella stuffed French toast. Our lunch and dinner menus have something for everyone, from barbecue platters to unique burgers. Our hours online at cafe66vero.com. We proudly support the Fighting Indians.
Mazzarella's Auto Sales is part of a local business family and their Christian FM supporters.
I'm sales manager Mike Mazzarella, and we always strive to offer late model cars and trucks that undergo inspection and service by our high-tech mechanics. We have Jeeps, Rams, Toyotas, Hondas, commercial vehicles, and luxury vehicles. On site, we have our Spanish-speaking sales and financial advisor Diego Sainz. We also offer our virtual showroom online at mazautosales.com.
I'm Chris, Mike's brother. Our family has been serving our community since 1999.
Now on the corner, 4th Street in Old Dixie.
The mission of the Fighting Indian is excellence, teamwork, and consistency. The same holds true for the McCall Agency, Inc., a local independent agency and broker and 4th-generation resident of Vero Beach. To learn more about their insurance products and risk management, Christian FM supporter Ron McCall can be reached at 772-473-6856, and their site is McCallagencyinc.com. Proudly serving the Treasure Coast since 1956.
The Fighting Indians halftime show is brought to you by Genesis Church. Let's join Gary Paris and the voice of the Fighting Indians, Paul Tipton.
All right, thanks, folks, for joining us here tonight. And on Monday night, some football. It got rescheduled from Friday night after the monsoon flooded the field. The field is dry. And Vero Beach currently leading 30-6 over Fort Pierce Central. Let's head down to the field, check in with the guys, starting with Derek West. Derek?
Guys, listen to the coaches at halftime. The theme was very consistent. If you want to be a district champion, it's going to require a district championship effort, not just in Treasure Coast or anybody else, but right here and right now. He said the score is 0-0 to halftime. Don't take your foot off the gas. Keep it moving, and give your absolute best effort. Pretty good message for our defense.
Totally agree there. All right, offensively, Matt, what coach have to say?
Well, let me tell you this. It's like having a child that's in school and he's capable of getting A's. He should be getting A's, and he's getting C's or B's at best. and you're not real happy with them. And what would you say to that child? Because that's what Coach just told our players. Like, put your best effort out. That wasn't our best effort the first half. We had too many mistakes. We're way too good to do those mistakes at this point in the game. That's what Coach's message was to these boys in the halftime.
All right. Yeah, Gary, we saw right at the halftime there as Matt was interviewing Coach Jay, he was not happy with the effort that he felt like was lacking in the first half.
Yeah, and again, that's one of the things we said off air is that this team looks flat. It looks like it's just not fired up. It's got like you got an 8-cylinder vehicle out there, and you've got about 5 cylinders working one time and 3 not, and then you got maybe 3 working and 5 not out there. It's been it hasn't been with a lot of fire in their belly right now, and I think that's what Coach is trying to get them fired up. He wants them to play with that enthusiasm every game. It doesn't matter who your opponent is, whether they're good, bad, or indifferent. And you just got to be able to play with the enthusiasm, and you need to take it to them. That's what Coach was talking about.
Vero's going to kick off to start the third quarter. Marson's going to kick it into the end zone for the touchback.
Well, yeah, where's that been all night?
He's been working on that pooch kick.
Yeah, he got that tee. He didn't hit that tee that time. He nailed that ball. That was a great kick. That was about 6-7 yards deep in the end zone.
All right,
of course,
Gary,
he's got the win with him.
If you're Coach Watkins, what are you telling your team at halftime?
Well, they got Jake Whiteley back out there. Listen, guys, he told the line, give him a little time. Jake, take what's given to you. If they're going to give us a 5-yard pass, take it. We'll take it, and we'll move on to second down. But we can't try to be hitting home runs, and you've got to be able to get rid of the ball fast. Vero has been blitzing and putting pressure on the quarterback, whether it's
Oh. All right, so a dead ball foul against Vero Beach, an unsportsmanlike conduct, will put the ball at the 35-yard line to start.
That I don't know. That must have been some kind of jawboning going on there because I didn't see anybody hit anybody. It must.
All right, so Cobra's going to start at their own 35, down 30-6 here to start the third quarter. Whiteley's got 5 receivers. Whiteley steps up in the pocket. It's going to run and slides down just shy of the 40.
That's a weird slide. I mean, you slide first up, feet first. Then they give you that one. If he would have been hit going down, that would have probably not have been a penalty because the way he slid on that ball with the ball.
Picks up 4, 2nd and 6. Trips to the left side. Whiteley's looking. He's going to try to go for a screen underneath, and it was batted. I believe that's Alford who got his hand on it.
Yeah, but that looked weird, didn't it, to me?
Yeah, it did.
It looked like the receiver gave up.
Actually, it was Pollock that got his hand on it.
Yeah, but it looked like Percival kind of gave up on that when it got deflected, but the ball came closer to him than you think. He thought it was going to.
Third down. Handoff, right side, keeper by Whiteley, and will slide at the 45-yard line.
You notice what they do in college and what they're doing here. The slide is usually where the ball goes back.
Where he starts.
Where he starts to go
not
down,
finish.
not where he finishes. And that's the difference in that the slide. That's difference in the marking. If you understand what I'm trying to say.
That was enough for a first down. And again, they'll go with the 5-wide set. Going to go with a screen left side. Trying to get around the edge. And gets to the 45 of Vero Beach. This time it is Roundtree with the catch.
Yeah, they do a good job blocking that time on the outside out there as they get another first down on that play. That's a nice job by blocking the ball. Blackwood was one of those blockers out there that did a good job and allowed him to get another first down. You see, He got the ball out quick.
Spotted at the 42-yard line of Vero Beach. Another one, left side. This time he was looking for Riviera Allen, and it falls incomplete.
Well, he had Amar Reynolds blitzing that time. Amar Reynolds lined up from his corner and came flying in on that play.
Second down and 10 for the Cobras. We're at 10:28 in the third quarter. Vero leading 30-6. Cobras, familiar formation for them this year is a 5-wide set. Now receiver's going to go in motion. Will stop around the right tackle. Whiteley's going to roll out, throws downfield, and it's going to fall incomplete, but here comes a flag. This is probably going to be a PI.
Wow. That ball wasn't even close to him.
Doesn't matter in high school.
No, it doesn't. I mean, no, what I'm saying is that the ball was thrown not even close to the receiver or the defender. But they said there was contact down there.
So that will be the comfort zone AC and heating penalty. And that brings up a first down for the Cobras now.
Coaches aren't happy with the call. They're letting the side guy know, but that doesn't matter. He's going to call what he sees. Now we're getting from the sideline that it was a good call. So there you go.
Put it at the 26, first down and 10 for the Cobras. Receiver in motion to the right side. Whiteley pressured out of the pocket, chased by Griffin, and almost intercepted. Wow.
I tell you, that was a great pressure on him. I'm trying to see who the linebacker was.
I think that was Hendricks.
That Tutu had the pressure, but I think it was Hendricks that knocked that ball down.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's Jason Hendricks.
Yeah, he did a good job. Tutu put the pressure on him. Hendricks knocked it down. Good job. Now it's 2nd and 10 here.
10-17, third quarter. It's a 30-6 lead for Vero Beach. Cobras trying to see if they can score on this possession. Pass over to the right side. Is that around the 20-yard line? Fight for some extra yardage. Gets to about the 18.
Yeah, that was down. See, there you go. Whiteley took what was given to him. The receiver on the outside runs a nice 6-yard hitch, and he turned real quick. The ball was in the air, and he gets the third down, or a big play on third down. Now they changed quarterbacks.
Yeah, Lamartine is going to come back in on a 3rd and 4. They'll go with a tight formation. Handoff, right side, and it is stood up.
He didn't make a yard on that one. I may have even lost a foot on it.
And that was Rivera Allen. Now it's a 4th and 4. Obviously, 2-down territory here for the Cobras, down 30-6.
Yeah, you're right. That was, and they knew that coming in. They were hoping to get 2 yards on that play and get 2.
Now they're going to take a timeout. Cobras take a timeout at 9:40 third quarter. They're down 30-6.
Cafe 66, located on US 1 just south of 8th Street. At Cafe 66, our breakfast menu is all about variety. From biscuits and gravy to country fried steak and eggs to Nutella stuffed French toast. Our lunch and dinner menus have something for everyone. From barbecue platters to unique burgers. Our hours online at cafe66vero.com. We proudly support the Fighting Indians.
A septic system is only as good as the installation and maintenance. Reliable Septic is the name known along the coast for being the professionals who install and service these systems for both residential and commercial uses. They'll determine the on-site needs and design considerations for a complete wastewater treatment system. Thanks to Reliable Septic Service. 772-562-4242.
Back here at Lawnwood Stadium, Vero's first road game and district game of the season. Currently, the Fighting Indians lead 30-6. 9:40 third quarter. Paul Tipton, Gary Parrish, Matt Parrish, Derek West here tonight. Monday Night Football. Whiteley throws it, trying to go to the left side, finds his receiver. And he'll have enough for a first down as he gets down around the 5 or 10-yard line.
That was amazing. I thought we were going to pick it off. I really thought Aiden Smith was going to sit there because he just lobbed it up there and they made the catch and got the first down.
Sure did. That was Blackwood on the catch. Again, quick one. Caught. This time, Vero Beach finds it, and it'll be a loss back to the 15. That time, he was looking at Chauncey Williams.
Yeah, you got to watch it, too. There, you can't have that unsportsmanlike conduct penalty down here in a situation like that. Make your tackle, get up, and go back to your spot.
It'll be a 2nd and 13 coming up for the Cobras as the clock continues to wind here in the third quarter at 8:50 and counting. And it is a 30-6 lead for Vero Beach. Whiteley, pressure coming from behind him, and he's going to go down. Bacon applied the pressure, and then Rivers cleans it up.
Yeah, there's the Matt Bacon is welcome back. I mean, really, really, we missed having the Bacon out there.
So it's going to bring up third down and about 16 now. They'll go back to the 5-wide set.
Gotta be
Whiteley, bad snap. He corrals it.
There's a holding call.
Hold, and flag is down, and it's incomplete. So do you take this penalty or you wave it off?
Oh, I think you move them back because it'll be fourth down, and still they're going to go for it. Why not do it for third down and about from the line of scrimmage? Take them. I mean, you're fourth down, you're going to take the ball that goes from the line of scrimmage and moves it back, and that gives them third and real long. Or do you take the fourth and do it? Vero's going to decline it and take the fourth. I personally would not have been upset if they would have taken it back 10 yards. But now they got one play, and that really, truly, this is probably the right play because they got to get 16, 17 yards. 17.
Yeah, they pretty much have to score because the line to gain is pretty much at the 1-yard line. Whiteley, pressure coming, hit as he let it fly, and it falls incomplete. So turnover on downs as the Vero Beach defense starting to ramp it up.
Yeah, that's a you got the ball back at about the 17, 18-yard line. Now Vero needs to put together a good sustained drive.
So Matt talked about the speech in the locker room from Coach Jay to that offense. Let's see if they come out a little fired up here, GP.
Yeah, I think he was addressing that probably to his offensive line. They've got to get motivated. I think your quarterback is trying to buy some time to look for his receivers, and I think some of his receivers, he was talking to them too about getting more aggressive.
All right, Aronson's going to take 3 receivers to the left side, a single on the right. Hillsman with the handoff off the left side to the 20-yard line, still pushing to the 20, to the 22.
I don't think that was
I think it was a direct snap.
I think it was. I'm not sure that was supposed to be that. I don't know if that was meant to go to Hillsman because I think the quarterback reached over and the ball was right to Hillsman.
Well, picked up 6 yards on that. So put the ball at the 22-yard line, 23-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 4. 7-10 and counting, third quarter. Vero's up 30-6. Movement. And it'll be a false start against Vero Beach.
And those are the ones that hurt you right there. Now you're 2nd and 4. And now you got to go back 5, so you're 2nd and 9, and that shoots you right in the foot, right there at that point. Now, Paul, you really got to come up now with a set of plays for you.
Yeah, you go from 2nd down and 4 to 2nd down and 9.
I wish they would get in some kind of tempo. That's a rhythm, some kind of.
Yeah, I agree. Trips on the right side. Got a stack on that right side. It's going to be a handoff up the gut. Hillsman shakes 40, 45, race time 30, 20, 10, and book it for 6. How about Nags down and Hillsman takes it to the house.
That was a great job blocking by that offensive line. They did a good job on that left side over there. You saw Chase Stevens, boom, got his man going out to the outside, and then he cuts right in and behind it and he move. He makes a move like he's going left, cuts back right across the field.
An 82-yard run by Hillsman. And Marson adds the extra point, and it is now 37-6 here midway through the third quarter.
Since 1980, the Village Beach Market has been that local store on the beach filled with friends that always has something for everyone. And we've been Fighting Indian fans for generations. From fresh baked goods to prepared foods to chef-inspired lunches and dinners, our slogan says it best, simply better. We're online at villagebeachmarket.com.
And now a new location in Fort Pierce.
Hi, JW from Barker Air Conditioning. These hot and humid days sure do take a toll on your air conditioning system. Barker Air Conditioning offers our ESA annual or semi-annual maintenance plans to keep things in good working order. Barker Air Conditioning, servicing Indian River County since 1959.
So 83 yards in 2 plays. In one of those plays, it was an 82-yard ride. Jonathan Hillsman extends the lead now 37-6. And that's the scoring drive brought to you by the McCall Insurance Agency as the ball will roll into the end zone for the touchback. And Fort Pierce Central will come out to their 20-yard line to start down 37-6.
Yeah, that was a much better drive, but a great job of I tell you what, the snap to Hillsman we were lucky. That was not a direct snap. That was a snap to the quarterback, and it carried to the other side. The penalty, he drugged the ball before he got it back, and the official called that. So we've got to clean up that part of the game right now, and when they do look clean and good, they make big plays.
All right, starting from their 20. Lamantina rolls out right, pressure coming, and there's just way too many white shirts there. He flips it at the end, but are they going to count that as an incomplete pass or a sack?
No, he has to get it above the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
That would, if anything, if they did, it would be
a
intentional
penalty.
grounding. Yeah. But you have to get it past the line of scrimmage.
So a loss on the play of 3 yards, making a 2nd and 13 now for the Cobras.
What the official was saying, he was in the grasp, and they were blowing the whistle at that time, which made the ball a dead ball.
6:01 to go, third quarter. Boy, it's taking a long time to get this situated here.
I think they got the officials trying to get the ball back in play.
Lamontina has one running back next to him, 4 receiver set. Vero's looking like they want to bring pressure. And here it comes. Quick pass out to the right side, but Vero is in hot pursuit right now.
Yeah, if you don't make that block right away, you're seeing, I believe that's Reynolds comes up and makes that tackle out there. And he is trying to get the number.
I think Alford was over there.
I think it was. It was TJ. TJ made that. It was 0.
So 3rd and 13 now coming up for the Cobras. Lamontina is going to quick pass out to the left side. And, again, good job of breaking up the pass there.
How about Kevin?
That is Kevin Benjamin over there breaking it up. And he had 3 receivers standing over there.
Yeah, Kevin has played a lot this game. He has played. He's in a safety position. He and Anderson are playing the safeties, and Benjamin's had several nice blocks, knocked the ball down, and broke up passes. And
so here comes Mondo with at least the appearance of a punt.
It looks like
we've
Parker,
we've seen one fake today.
Parker Banzaf is in the back here.
Standing at the Cobra 45, and another one that goes right over his head, and that'll be another safety. The second one tonight on a punt.
Wow, when things go bad, it goes bad, and now it's 39-6, and it's still a few points away from a running clock. You got to get 5 points to get that clear. But
now another opportunity for Vero Beach is the Cobras will free kick from the 20, and Vero Beach should have prime real estate here when this kick is done.
Again, you're going to start seeing guys' bodies come in because they got a ball game on Friday night down in Wellington. So you're going to see a lot of guys play here after this possession here.
5:04 to go, third quarter. 39-6. Vero on top. Mondo set for the kick. He's going to line drive it right around the 45-yard line, and Vero will just down it right there. So, again, this is like about the 4th or 5th time tonight, Gary. Vero's been on the plus side of the 50.
Yep, you're exactly right. And, again, there's a timeout on the field.
So we'll step aside as well. 5:03, third quarter. Vero's up 39-6.
Hi, JW from Barker Air Conditioning. These hot and humid days sure do take a toll on your air conditioning system. Barker Air Conditioning offers our ESA annual or semi-annual maintenance plans to keep things in good working order. Barker Air Conditioning, servicing Indian River County since 1959.
HBS Glass is a proud supporter of Fighting Indians Athletics and Christian FM. Since 1973, HBS Glass has served homeowners, architects, and contractors in the Vero Beach area. HBS Glass offers hurricane impact windows and doors. HBS Glass, 722 3rd Place or hbsglass.com. Thanks to HBS Glass.
Vero Beach, safety off the bad snap for Fort Pierce Central. Got 2 points, and now they got the ball in great field position. Aronson's going to hit a screen pass. Simmons on the reception gets it for about a 1-yard gain after a big retreat by Aronson.
Well, it's a design play to get back. It's a screen pass from your left to your right side.
Vero Beach will shift some things around here and put 3 receivers to the left side. White, the lone receiver, on the right. 2nd and 9. Oh.
They had a right tackle. Looked like a probably movement on the right tackle side.
And it will be a false start on Vero Beach. So make it a 2nd and 14. That is the 5th offensive penalty tonight for the Fighting Indians. These are the things that will keep the coaches awake.
Yeah, Corbin Phillips is now is that center again.
2nd and 14. And thanks, we get our 5 yards back as the defense jumps. So make it a 2nd and 9. We just call that a do-over.
Yeah, do-over. Yeah, he was running up to do a press coverage right there real quick. He was going to get in his man-to-man. He wanted to take White out of his rhythm of trying to get off the ball.
All right, so back to the plus 45 for Vero Beach. 2nd and 9. Aronson fires over the middle of the field, and it's intercepted. And that is Percival with the interception for Fort Pierce.
Much as I love the kid, Tyler Aronson, I don't know what he was looking for. There was 3 purple shirts and 1 white jersey in the mix there.
Yeah.
And the ball was thrown short, and wow. That was not one of his better throws.
2nd interception tonight. That'll be number 5 on the season.
Sometimes you get overconfident because your receivers can make great plays for you, and but give credit to their defense. They really got back on that one.
All right, Fort Pierce going to start from their own 17. 1st down and 10. It's going to be a handoff. It goes nowhere. Make it 2nd down as the clock continues to wind here in this 3rd quarter at 3:23 and counting. Vero leading 39-6. This Friday night, Vero Beach on the road to take on Wellington. Game time, 7 o'clock. Our coverage begins with countdown to kickoff at 6 p.m. And movement, is it going to be on the offense or the defense? It's going to be on the offense.
I saw the big guy, Mark McClinton, jump, but I guess he got influenced. And I think the officials are talking about it. And now they're saying it's...
They're going to call it against Vero.
Believe it or not, that's the right call because Vero jumped.
He moved,
and he brought the other... brought the offensive guy off the ball. So I think I'm glad they talked it and got it right.
2nd and 4 now for Fort Pierce. Handoff. Met right at the line of scrimmage. And maybe about a yard gain, maybe 2.
Well, they blow that whistle, then it's wherever you blow your whistle, you got to mark it right there.
Well, they're going to mark it at the 27-yard line.
Well, it's 2-down territory here.
Yeah.
The short yardage.
2 minutes, 15 seconds to go in this 3rd quarter. 3rd and short. Handoff. And going to be a tackle for a loss. Well, he was trying to reach. Boy, they gave him a lot of momentum there. But it's backed about a loss of 1. It'll be a 4th down and about a short 2. And Gary, I know you're down 39-6 with 1:39 to go in this 3rd quarter. I mean,
you're not playing to win the game right now. You're playing for the future. You don't even see what you can get out of this play. This play is They're going
to go up under center. Boy, I don't know if they got it. Boy, there was a lot of surge there, a lot of pushing. I don't think they got it. I think that's what I was wondering. I wondered if they fumbled the ball. Our guy comes out of the pile with the ball.
Well, it's Vero's ball.
Yeah, it's Vero's ball.
Vero's ball on the play. But
I don't know if it was turnover on downs or a fumble. Either way, it's a turnover. So Vero Beach has got excellent field position now with the ball at the 26-yard line.
Yeah, they still got the first unit in here because, again, I think Lenny's upset with the way they're playing right now, especially the offensive line has got to pick up another notch.
So we're going to send two receivers out to the left side in a bunch formation or a stacked formation. Aronson from the gun, hands off to Hillsman, slices through for about a 4-yard gain. Make it 6.
He does a good job of running on that play right there, just making a cut to the right. Finds that seam. He gets in between Corbin and Stevens on that play.
3 receivers set. Aronson pressured into, and he got blocked right into a sack.
Wow. That hurts. Now that hurts. That was going to be we were 3rd and short, and now you are 2nd and short, and you really now.
Yeah, now you're looking at 3rd down and 14.
And again, Aronson hasn't had any time. That was going to be a screen pass. It looked like to me on the play, but wow.
Yeah. And I think they're just going to let this clock run out.
Yeah.
Last few seconds of the 3rd quarter here is 10 seconds remaining. And they'll talk this over and get set for first play on 4th quarter. Vero's leading 39-6 at the end of 3.
Ohana Water Systems is proud to partner with Christian FM. Hi, I'm Mikey, owner of Ohana Water Systems. We've created a technology that takes city and even well water and turn it into drinkable, pH-balanced, remineralized alkaline water throughout the entire house. Our system also protects the plumbing and appliances from hard water damage. No obligation consultations and water testing available. Online at ohanawatersystems.com.
The mission of the Fighting Indian is excellence, teamwork, and consistency. The same holds true for the McCall Agency, Inc., a local independent agency and broker, and 4th-generation resident of Vero Beach. To learn more about their insurance products and risk management, 772-473-6856. And their site is McCallAgencyInc.com, serving the Treasure Coast since 1956.
This is Vero Beach Fighting Indians football on Christian FM. Let's join Gary Paris and the voice of the Fighting Indians, Paul Tipton.
Start of the 4th quarter, Vero Beach is looking at a 3rd down with Aronson at the gun. He's got twin receivers on either side. Vero's leading 39-6. Paul Tipton, Gary Paris, Matt, Derek, and Don here tonight at Lawnwood Stadium. Vero's first road game.
Long 3rd down.
Yeah. Aronson pressured out of the pocket to his right, and he's going to go down. Tough night.
Yeah, it's 4th down. Now either you punt it or you go for it naturally. But I'm just like right there. Just did not allow the quarterback time to read the coverage downfield. He was not able to get past the 2nd level of looking. They had deep receivers, but the offensive line literally was being, there was like, looked like Swiss cheese up there.
All right. Offensive unit still on the field. 4th down and a mile. Aronson flagged down. He's going to let it fly, looking for Torres, and he can't complete it. We'll check the penalty here.
Illegal procedure. They'll decline it.
They'll decline this and turn over on downs.
I mean, is it because somebody's in the backfield, somebody moved?
Yeah, Vero just not looking real sharp offensively tonight, Gary.
No, they don't. I mean, let's listen, as much as we love Vero Beach and we're homers, you got to call it the way you see it. It's not it's I don't think it's the Cobras that are doing it. I think they're doing it to themselves a lot. And I really don't feel like they're being aggressive enough to play with these guys right now. And you know what? These guys over there are trying to get across there, but we should be able to block them.
Agreed. 39-6 is the score. We're in the 4th quarter, about a minute in.
Like we're getting guys on the field now. We're late.
Quick pass. Lamontina finds his receiver to the 40-yard line. Pick up about 3 yards on the catch. That brings it second down now for the Cobras, who are down 39-6, 10:40 and counting, fourth quarter. This Friday, Vero Beach travels to Wellington to take on Wellington High School. Game time 7 o'clock. Our coverage begins at 6. On second down and 7. Lamontina bobbles the snap, has to let it go as he's
that's
hit.
an incomplete. That's got to be no receiver. It's got to be run. There it is.
There it is. Yeah,
that's
he's
it.
checking it first.
He is.
He didn't get it to the line of scrimmage. He was not out of the tackle box, and so that will be loss of the play, and you'll lose the down as well.
Five-yard penalty and a loss of downs. So brings up third down. Well, maybe it's from the spot of the ball. From the spot, yes, where they marked it. That's
been a 15-yard loss on that play with the penalty. Handoff, left side. And they'll get that ball back out to about the 29-yard line. And it'll be fourth down.
Well, they tried to run a draw play like almost on that last series, thinking Vero was going to have them deep. It's fourth down. They're going for it again. And, again, they may want to bark off, try to.
Well, with what our offense has not been able to do, I don't blame them. Lamontina, pressure. He's going to go down. Boy, the pursuit was there.
Bobby Burdick was right there on the tackle.
He sure was. Tristan Davis in there as well. And turnover on downs.
Yep, that's the defense. That's a young defense in there right now. A lot of those kids of the future. Bobby Burdick's a 10th grader. Tristan's a 9th grader. That shows you the talent that you got coming up in the future here.
So Vero now with excellent field position. I feel like I've said that pretty much the entire second half here.
Yeah, Ryan Hall now, I think, is that quarterback.
Ball at the 23. Hall looking to throw, fires, finds Banzoff. Banzoff to about almost the 20-yard line. Pick up a 3.
Yeah, S. Parker catches that ball. I think that's about his second or third catch of the year, but he gets it, and he gets about 4 yards on the play.
So Tyler Aronson's night is done. Ryan Hall in at quarterback. Osby in at running back. We're going to go with trips right on second down. Osby will shift from the right to the left side. Handoff. Osby off the right side. He's got a hole. Cuts back. He's at the 5, or the 10, the 5. Score it.
Man, I tell you what, he wasn't going to be denied. I mean, how many cuts that young man? Good job blocking by the offensive line. Gave him that crease to get in there. After that, it was all Osby on some great moves. Wow. He planted and broke to his left, planted again and broke to his left, and he was going right through arm tackles. Unbelievable.
21-yard run.
Now we're on a running clock.
Marson, bad snap there, and Banzoff trying to pick it up and run it in, and he won't be able to get it. So we're at 45-6. We've got enough points to go to a running clock now. And we'll step aside. Vero Beach leading 45-6.
Smart, stylish, fly, these are the words of Dapper. Joey's Downtown Dapper, a barbershop that provides more than haircuts. They provide a fun experience with a local flavor. Owner Joey Lucchini is a lifelong resident of Vero Beach, loves supporting local charities, youth sports, and Fighting Indians football. Joey's Downtown Dapper, 2005 14th Avenue, downtown Vero Beach, a supporter of Christian FM.
A septic system is only as good as the installation and maintenance. Reliable Septic is the name known along the coast for being the professionals who install and service these systems for both residential and commercial uses. They'll determine the on-site needs and design considerations for a complete wastewater treatment system. Thanks to Reliable Septic Service. 772-562-4242.
So Osby gets into the end zone for the third time tonight, this time a 21-yard run, and Vero Beach has extended its lead 45-6. It's got us in a running clock now as we're inside 7 minutes to go in this fourth quarter. Vero Beach going to kick off. Marston's going to line drive that one, and they're going to let it roll, and it'll go out of bounds. It'll be a penalty.
And that's a tough break because that ball hit just to the inside of the 10 and just kicked left. I mean, that's unfortunate right there. It goes to the 35-yard line. But that's unfortunate because that wasn't a bad kick. It just kicked left.
Yep.
But here's the thing. The clock keeps running.
So Vero Beach on Friday is going to be traveling down to West Palm to take on Wellington. It'll be their second road game of the season. Then they come back home for a 2-game stretch. Centennial, Martin County, and then they're on the road for their final district game, which will be down at South County there in Port St. Lucie area to take on Treasure Coast. Back home for Lake City, Columbia to wrap up the regular season. Snap. It's going to be a pass. Paul has it over on the right side, shakes off one tackle, gets to the 40-yard line before he's stopped. And Rodriguez at quarterback.
That was a good job of tackling. That's just getting everybody over there. And there are so many different names out there now. I love it to see when the young men get in there.
Picks up 5. It'll be a 2nd and 5 now for the Cobras. Another quick pass out to Paul over that same right side. And Paul gets to the 45-yard line. That should be enough for a first down.
Yeah. That's a nice little screen pass out there. Nice run. Good job.
They'll set up with 3 receivers this time. Rodriguez play action. He's going to let it fly over down the middle of the field. He's looking for Paul down there, and a jump ball. It falls incomplete. Good coverage by Vero.
Yeah, good job covering downfield. I love the way they played that ball. That's Javon White does a really good job of staying man-to-man, stride for stride.
2nd down and 10 for the Cobras. 4:12 and counting. Fourth quarter. 45-6 the score with Vero Beach leading.
Vero Beach is about to go to 4-1 and will play Wellington, who's 1-4.
Rodriguez, quick wing left side. It's a little high, and it's going to go incomplete.
You like the idea that everybody's getting a chance to play in a game like this, and Rodriguez is a senior. He's getting his shot out here to play a little too. So I like that. There's so many names out there right now. I'd miss 2 plays trying to tell you who all's out there.
Should be an interesting conversation tomorrow night with Coach at Coach's Corner at Cap's Pizza.
Ooh, I think you're right. I'd be curious about the attitude, the motivation, the fire in their belly type of.
On 3rd down, Rodriguez fires, finds Paul at midfield.
Be about a 5-yard pickup for the Cobras. Boy, I tell you what, Rodriguez has got a little arm on him.
He does. He can sling that. He's just, I don't think he's but 5'8" or something, 5'9", but he puts that ball out there fast.
Yeah, you're going to want to tune in to Coach's Corner tomorrow night as Gary's going to ask some very fiery, challenging questions to Coach Jay.
No. I won't even have to.
4th down. Rodriguez, pump face. Now he's looking. He's going to let it fly downfield. He's got Paul. Can he catch it? He does. And then it's broken up. Good job. Boy, that looked like that was going to be a big play. And a good job to get the hand in there.
I think that's Mike Carter, isn't it? Michael Carter? I'm trying to see who that back was, but that was a great job.
Yeah, that was a good – yeah, it was Michael Carter.
Yeah, he did a great job.
That's awesome.
That's awesome is right. That is really good.
So
150 and clock running right now.
Vero Beach, you'll be able to just maybe run a play or two here and then probably be done with this.
Yeah, Joey DeLuke is in its center right now for Vero Beach.
Hall waits for the snap. Going to swing it out right side for DJ Williams. DJ turns it upfield. Tell you what, he turns on the Jets.
Man, we know he can run. We saw a kickoff early this year that he broke and dead run. Nobody caught him.
It's going to be a pickup of 8, and it'll be 2nd and 2 as we're down to 67 seconds left in this ball game. Hall going to fire left side. Banzhoff trying to get to the edge, gets to the 40, and he puts his shoulder into it to the 35.
He got the first down, and again, depending on how fast they can get that ball up and get it down. This will probably be the last play of the game.
I would imagine so. They'll put that at the 35, and I don't even think they have to run a play.
No, they won't. They don't have to. They do not have to. Official hasn't. Well, I guess he has put the ball in play.
Got 18 seconds.
He's got to snap it, I think, because there'll be 1 second left, I think I'm being told.
Down to 10. Snap is there. Wet Miller, right side. Or excuse me, no, that's not Wet Miller. That was Hedry. Hedary.
Elijah Hedary.
The last carry of the night, and that will do it for the ball game as the Fighting Indians will move to a 3-1.
How about
4-1, excuse me, 4-1 record now with a 45-6 win over Fort Pierce Central. Stick around. We got the Roy Bell Grading Services postgame show coming up next.
Durfee's Heating and Cooling, a longtime friend and supporter of Christian FM. Durfee's Heating and Cooling offers air conditioning repairs, maintenance, and new installations. Family owned and operated, serving the Treasure Coast area. Durfee's Heating and Cooling, 772-971-5884.
Cafe 66, located on US 1 just south of 8th Street. At Cafe 66, our breakfast menu is all about variety. From biscuits and gravy to country fried steak and eggs to Nutella stuffed French toast. Our lunch and dinner menus have something for everyone, from barbecue platters to unique burgers. Our hours online at cafe66vero.com. We proudly support the Fighting Indians.
Welcome to the Fighting Indians postgame show, presented by Roy Bell Grading Services.
Hey, Vero Nation. Your Fighting Indians win a ball game tonight. Got their first district game and their first road win as well, with a win over Fort Pierce Central, 45-6. Thanks for joining us at the Roy Bell Grading Services post-game show. And Vero Beach got off to a little bit of a slow start in this ball game, Gary, but then they found a little bit of rhythm, mostly on the defensive side. It's taken the offense pretty much the entire game to kind of find something, and they got some work to do.
Yeah, I think the thing that probably upsets the line coach more than anything is when your center makes a lot of bad snaps. He pulls the ball back, snaps the ball high, snaps it to the running back instead of the quarterback. You just didn't look very like you're in tune to the game. And I think part of that is that I always call it, you got that Mondayitis. You know, we didn't play Friday, but you had a long weekend. And you come in Monday, everybody's kind of like, hey, we watch college football, pro football. And you just come Monday. There's something about Monday's practices in high school that you just got to be better prepared to play. And then they got to turn around, and I know they'll be ready to play on Friday because that's Friday night.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, now you're going to get a rare treat here, folks, because we're about to go down to the field and check in with Dr. Matt Paris. He's got a very special guest. He does very rare interviews, but this is going to be a special one. So, Matt, take it away.
Yes, we do. We don't get this very often at all. I've got Coach Randy Bethel. I know, Coach, that I had to run him down, guys, and good grief. There wasn't a chance of tackling him, but I appreciate you doing this. And, Coach, you got a Monday game. It's a district game. What do you say to the defense just to keep them hyped and pumped?
We didn't have to say a whole lot. They were ready to play on Friday with the weather and everything came down on us. So the kids have that anticipation all weekend. So we didn't have to do a lot of motivating. They were ready to play.
Yeah, they certainly were. And how nice was it to have Matthew Bacon back on that D-line for you?
Well, it's an immediate impact. Even with the big club on his hand, he gave us great pressure. But more than just the pressure, his presence and his leadership calms the entire D-line. So when he's not there, it's a big loss.
Certainly did. It looks like you guys were reading the screen. We knew that Central was going to come out and run a lot of screens, and your boys read it to the T.
I thought Central did a good job. Their staff did a good job getting the kids ready to play. They hit a few screens and completed some stuff early on us. So we really just kind of settled down after that first drive or two and started playing it better. We had been working on running some bullets from the defensive line position and running them to the trips. So we did a little bit of it, and it slowed it down a little bit, but it was really just get pressure on the quarterback.
And you guys did that all night, obviously only giving up the 6 points on a short porch. Coach, offensively, you put 45 points on the board, and you think like, hey, should be happy, but I know that the coach is going to go to the film and just stuff to clean up.
Yeah, we have a lot to clean up on both sides, offense, defense, and special teams. I know the offensive staff not very happy, neither are we. Kids played hard, so we're always excited about great effort, but we were sloppy. We were sloppy at times, especially in the first half.
Certainly were, but you came out with a 45-6 victory, first district game, so congratulations on that. What do we know about Wellington?
Very similar to what we just saw tonight, maybe not as many screens, more of a wide open type of offense. Defensively, they're very athletic, good kids. They got a few returning kids that are, at the linebacker spot. Should be a good football team, so we'll see.
So it's obviously it's a short week here. What's the week look like here? They only got a couple days.
It's a short week for us, but it's a good week because tonight, playing on a Monday, we can't duplicate that in practice. So we have a Monday game, which we're going to get so much information from this. It's going to make practice better tomorrow. We'll probably come out in shells tomorrow. Make sure everybody's healthy, ready to go, and get ready for Wellington. Wednesday full gear, Thursday back in shorts and shirts, and boom, let's go.
I love it, the positivity coming from Coach Bethel. Coach, thank you so much for sitting down with us and talking.
All right, appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, back to you guys.
I love that guy, Coach Randy Bethel, and talking about Vero's win tonight over Fort Pierce Central, 45-6. We'll step aside. We'll have more of the Roy Bell Grading Services postgame show right after this.
Thanks to Roy Bell Grading Services for sponsoring Fighting Indians football and the Fighting Indians postgame show.
Hi, my name is Chase Bell, and my father Roy has served Indian River County in the grading industry for over 40 years. My family and I are proud supporters of Christian FM and the Vero Beach Fighting Indians. Go Vero!
No job too small or too big. Roy Bell Grading Services. We roll here. 772-473-4559. Roy Bell Grading Services.
Hi, JW from Barker Air Conditioning. These hot and humid days sure do take a toll on your air conditioning system. Barker Air Conditioning offers our ESA annual or semi-annual maintenance plans to keep things in good working order. Barker Air Conditioning, servicing Indian River County since 1959.
Welcome back to the Roy Bell Grading Services post-game show as Vero Beach gets its fourth win of the season. Now 4-1 with a 45-6 win over Fort Pierce Central. Now they're 1-0 in the district as well. I'm Paul Tipton along with Gary Parris. And time now to check in with our Scott Sporting Goods players of the game. And with that, we head down to the field and check in with Derek West.
I'm here with my friend Tutu Griffin. Hey, Tutu, great game tonight. Talk about your play.
Hey, man, I came out here. I balled out like I said I was. You know, a lot of people was doubting me from the jump of the game. I don't even know why. But, you know, we just came out here and dominated.
Seems like it was kind of nice to see you with a punt block. Talk about what you saw on that play that led to the punt block.
You know, we practiced it all week long. You know, if you practice make perfect. You got to go with the motion, and I blocked it for the team.
Absolutely. Seems like we had a lot of good things, particularly in the second quarter, that started to happen when we started scoring. You guys started getting some stops. Talk about how can you improve on the performance tonight. Seems like we got the win, we got the running clock, but seems like there's a lot we can improve and learn on to in our quest to become district champion.
You know, we had a break too, so you know I feel like we were starting off a little slow from the way we was exercising, the way we did our warm-ups. Everybody was just moving a little lazy, you know, but once you get that big play, everybody turn up.
That's right. Well, thank you. Thank you so much, Tutu. Go celebrate with your friends. Congratulations, all right? Back to you guys.
All right, thanks a lot. That's Tutu Griffin, our Scott Sporting Goods player of the game, and he helped Vero Beach with a couple of punt blocks tonight, Gary, and that was a good opportunity for Vero Beach, and you know what?
He may be one of the best athletes on the field.
Yeah,
I mean, he can play offense. He plays offense really well and defense.
All right, let's go back down to the field. Derek's got our offensive player of the game.
Down here with our offensive player of the game, Octavian Osby. Octavian, it's a blessing to interview you tonight because I saw you go into the end zone 3 times. You got to be really happy tonight with your play.
I am. You know what I'm saying? I have a good team around me, so they make me do great. So
absolutely. Talk about what you saw, particularly on that last touchdown. Something like a 21-yard touchdown run that you saw where you were able to punch it a little bit outside. I usually see you run in between the tackles, but seeing you kick it in another gear had to be a great feeling.
I had to just switch it. You know what I'm saying? I just do what I do.
You got to do what you do. First quarter we kind of started off a little bit slow. We were able to kind of get some things together in the second quarter. I know there's a lot that you're pleased with your play tonight, a lot you're pleased with the team's play, but it seems like there's a lot we can improve on as well. What do you have to do to get ready for Wellington?
Of course, just execute. You know what I'm saying? We were slacky in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? In the first quarter. I'm saying we just got to get our heads straightened on. We played actually a good team, and we thought they were going to be little babies, and they came out and punched us in the mouth. So we had to finish the fight. So.
Hey, answer the challenge. Well, Octavian, congratulations on your game tonight. Go celebrate with your teammates, all right? All right. Back to you guys.
All right, Tutu Griffin,
I
Octavian
like
Obvious, and I like that too. Yeah,
All
I mean, they expected him to be one way, and they came out a different way, and then you had to adjust how you were going to respond to that.
It's authentic. I mean, that's just the way it's kind of the way it looked too. They came out and punched us right away, and then before we went, wait a minute, you're not supposed to do this. This is Vero Beach,
right?
Yeah, you can't tell Fort Pierce that they played hard. And then Vero's, and again, we saw the thing that was going to dictate was our talent.
Yep.
We're just loaded with talent out there, and when you get them on you get them all doing the same thing, being in sync together, you can score 40 some odd points, 50 points a game or something like that. But with a team like this tonight against they did their best. They took their shot at us. And again, I think Mike Watkins knew that in the long run, it would would be a tough game to win.
It was, and let's take a look at the final numbers here. The Durfee's Heating and Cooling final stats for tonight. Total offensive yards for Fort Pierce Central were 59 versus 245 for Vero Beach. Vero Beach on the ground tonight, 134 yards, 111 through the air. It's going to be the story of the turnovers and the penalties that need to be cleaned up for Vero Beach, and maybe a little bit on the effort side as well. I'm sure there'll be interesting conversations tomorrow night when we talk to Coach Jankowski at Coach's Corner about all of that. And I promise you, Gary's going to ask all the questions.
You're right, he will, and I will ask him. I'll say, Coach, you didn't seem real happy at halftime with the way your team played. Then I'm going to turn it over to him, let him tell me. It's kind of like, hey, your thoughts on the first half, you weren't real happy.
Yeah, no kidding,
but,
no kidding.
He's a great coach. He understands it, and the way they just couldn't execute their offense the way they wanted to. Yep. He wanted to get that ball back to this quarterback sharper. They rolled back to him. They flew high. They never allowed his quarterback in that first series or two to get in any kind of sync at all with him. And the rhythm was gone there. And it takes you lost Santos, and so you're trying to find a replacement that can step in there. And again, they tried a new center. The center can bluff, but he can't. He was having a hard time struggling to snap the ball. So they went back to Hall, and then, the rest is history after that.
Absolutely was. Well, it was a good night of football. Vero Beach will have a short week and get ready for Wellington on Friday night. I want to thank our executive producer, John Hamilton. Also want to thank our director and engineer, Jesse Kriske. Our studio engineer is Jacqueline Tipton. Our video director is Jay Kendall, along with our director assistant, Brian Lewis. Cameras tonight were Ian Salvatore, Keegan Ingram. And want to thank Don Dexter, as always, for doing the stats. Our interviews tonight were Bobby Paris. And sidelines tonight, Derek West and Matt Paris. And analyst tonight was Gary Paris. And on behalf of all of the Vero Nation Network, we thank you for joining us. And we look forward to seeing you on Friday night when we head down to Wellington. Game time, 7 o'clock. Our coverage will begin at 6 p.m. And always great to be with you. And as always, go Indians.